away and it's green when it's pushed to the purple. From this can, they shrink considerably. So right now, I want to do the olive oil down in you gotta shake it up. Just a little balsamic vinegar to be a messy with. I haven't done, I have just been doing olive oil. I have your basil balsamic. I feel like it makes a big difference in flavor. Okay. And so basically, this is as far as to go with the veggie. See, the sweet potato is going to take longer to cook, so I sliced it once. Yeah. And then it's as easy as you can use boneless, skinless chicken. I like bone in, skin on, and I'll cut the bone up. You have to chew. Yeah. Anyway, because and it was awesome. Just about 20 minutes. So I just took bowls and then let the veggies cook another week. And you were good to go.
Should you cut up like, or should you not cut up the?
And when you can't understand ways to form the day.
Okay, talk to me on it. Talk to me on what you do, like order it.
And when you can't understand my
It's like a little considerate.
it's American, right?
Careful.
God, you should like ways to form the day. And when you can't understand my accent. It's American, right?
Flavor and I'll
God, you should like ways to form the day.
I would have a lunch like this. Oh boy. Another thing I did this morning.
And then
Is just this to heat up and you put this eggs in there. Yeah, so you just put these veggies down. Oh my
And
god.
there's just something about the texture of roasted food.
Yeah, it's
So
good. Making so many things. Things some of that crunchy.
Everything is always the same. It's cooked, but pretty different.
And this, it, that's because Lori has the. Oh, crazy.
it's American, right?
Because you were.
Ways to form the day. And then you can't understand my accent. It's American, right? God, you should like ways to form the day.
It's just.
And then you can't understand my accent. It's American, right? God, you should like ways to form the day. And then you can't understand my accent. It's American, right?
I think it's true. Like these ones are
Ways to
USA.
form the day.
Even they're American, they just look like both.
And then you can't understand my
Oh god, that's been a couple of
accent.
Boy, I had 2 killer applications.
It's American, right? God, you should like ways to form the day.
And this one, and I, both of them.
And then you can't understand my accent. It's American, right?
You can't.
God, you should like ways to form the day.
And then when I.
And then you can't understand my accent. It's American, right? God, you should like
We want to thank ID for sponsoring our show. In their store safe, just for
The stage.
Hey, Minnesota high school seniors, let's
5 witnesses wants to hear from you. So, Carol, we have come and submit a short video. Now, let's listen.
Just and we've all got questions about how it impacts our community. Some of those questions, we hope. Fuel Saver. For every $50 you spend. Fuel Saver. This Friday and Saturday.
Oh, hell. The Mattress Galaxy is going above and beyond home guidelines. Oh. For you. Sweet Possible. We offer free same-day, no-contact delivery. Right. Mattress Galaxy. Better
Where's
now.
your home, baby?
Not only, wait a moment.
I know you can't understand my accent. To the other country.
My mom is so,
Oh, God, you should let.
my own. Is it?
Where's your home, baby? I know you can't understand my accent.
How nutritionist can help. Call today. Or visit MRC.com. Minnesota Exteriors gives you the power of choice in exterior products. With the power of options, because Minnesota Exteriors the top end of siding, roofing, and windows. Minnesota precious. Home. Call today. Window, siding, or roofing. Visit mnext.com. Minnesota Exteriors, the power of choice.
For over 100 years, C-Steps has provided dependable flooring and service to the Twin Cities. Now, during this challenging time, we are here to help. Shop our huge selection of flooring online, or come safely visit our showroom. We can order samples of what you like, shipped right to your home. Our flooring experts are here to guide you through the process, so you That's.com.
For one. Okay, savings at the front. Your home for less with 30 to 65% off and free drop off. Plus, take time to pay with no interest. Create your perfect outdoor escape for as little as $37 per month. Stuck it? Priced just right. And so much more. Our stores are open for your home. Book a private shopping appointment.
Earn a 25-cent high-V Fuel Saver for every $50 you spend. Get a 25-cent Fuel Saver per day. Only at Hy-Vee. Welcome back to
As now, this is scheduled for P.M. Wonder Lake, and letting us know about 4:30 p.m. and the entire news team just working so hard.
Yeah, well,
Bringing all the news. Then we do things like the worst treats.
okay.
That's right there. I mean, I just don't get how anyone would find eating a Necco wafer to be an enjoyable experience.
You know what those are?
Chalk.
Tubes of nostalgia.
It's just chalk.
And they are, that's like,
I know, like, would you like to write on this, or do you want to eat it?
Spangler Candy revealed Necco wafers are coming back, ladies and gentlemen. They're hitting the store shelves in just a few days. They were originally invented in 1847 with great name Oliver in the American candy machine. And
Okay, I like that legacy to get behind. By the soldier instruction. Received. Well, and it's what?
what to do of it, like this was a big hit during the Civil War or during the Revolutionary War. North George Washington loved this game. It makes sense because it just clove, cinnamon, winter. I love them. I love them so much, and they even a little friend came back. All brown ones. You can just get all brown with what? Or
Twin Cities Live 4 coming up next.
Live, it's Twin Cities Live at 4 with Elizabeth Reese and Steve Patterson.
Hey everybody, welcome to Twin Cities Live 4. We are so happy that you're here. It's just felt very particularly in the city. And fun, and we have a wonderful news team right behind the wall there, doing absolutely everything they can.
Immediately. Meanwhile, coming up today, how about some meal kits from local restaurants? If you have some of those favorites that you had at your favorite restaurant that you haven't been able to go to, what it now you can actually cook up.
Theater companies have taken their shows.
Hi guys, yeah, we are trying to bring all around the Twin Cities right now. This is all following the death of George Floyd, who died while in custody of Minneapolis police. Wartime police can't breathe as an officer held the knee. Protests, we have seen still in the surrounding cities as well. City leads basically. Still though, we watched the violence spread into St. Paul, as a matter of fact. This was the scene at Midway First Avenue not long ago. Large crowds have since turned there as well. St. Paul police officers, they're having rocks and liquor bottles and bricks thrown at them. So we are expecting St. Paul police to hold a press conference here at 4:30. We're also. And guys, I want to tell you this, Mayor Frey talked to the governor about the National Guard coming in. We are expecting it right now.
Listen, I think a lot of residents are hopeful. If you live in Minneapolis or St. Paul, particularly Minneapolis, it's been a very scary 24 hours. So Paul, we really appreciate it. And we want to thank the news team who is putting themselves in the line of this to bring us the story. A big thank you to you.
Just trying to stay as safe as possible, and when things look bad, we certainly make sure that we're watching our backs at all times.
All right.
Take it over to Dave Dahl for a look at the world of weather. Dave, outside earlier today, and it was just lovely, a nice breeze that you.
Look, the temperatures are just not quite as warm as they have been. Definitely, as Steve said it, the humidity has gone out of the air and it's really dropped by about 20 degrees. The southeast of us, looking out over Crystal Lake down around Burnsville, and today we've had a cloud in the sky. We blotted out the sun early, but now overnight tonight we're expecting mainly clear skies, so the temperature's going to drop all the way down to the lower 50s for overnight lows. So a little bit on the cool side. Some clouds come in during the day tomorrow. By evening, sunshine breaks out again. But during the day, it's going to be kind of a blustery, cool day. Temperatures in the upper 60s to around 70 for a high, and the winds in the 20 out of the northwest, and that's kind of blowing that drier air in across Minnesota. Currently, though, we're at 78, but as you go northwest, there's that cooler air. We'll probably see that kind of sitting over us tomorrow. So upper 60s to around 70 for an afternoon high tomorrow. 78 right now, west wind at 18. Our dew point currently at 38 degrees. It's going to be a breezy, cool evening out there. Cool Friday afternoon.
Nice
Just
perform
think
today.
of the upper 60s. So comfortable setting.
And when you can't understand my British accent.
Oh, the overnight low clear.
Absolutely American, right?
For high about 70 for Tommy Saskatchewan.
Place
And
you
20.
from.
And as we look ahead, temps in the mid 70s so for the weekend, and then upper 70, upper 80s by the time we get maybe good. So keeping that means for thunder next week.
They have a beautiful weekend, though, Dave.
Yeah,
Thanks.
but that is perhaps we can complain about the weather.
Just give us one thing to do. So not that, but
Thank you.
sure, appreciate it. Coming up, where you can pick up DIY kits for from Twin Cities restaurants to make pizzas, cocktails, and a whole lot more too.
Welcome, your DSW. You love shoes, and we do too.
You won't find brands this amazing anywhere. Oh, sandals under $20.
The lowest prices you've ever seen. And
You know,
With this product, social distancing measures.
looking for the best shoes, the hunt is over.
Why don't shop this level? Sure, it's a local family-owned company, headquartered right. That's the word love. Like, heated. I fell in love with this tech. Clean lines, the modern finish is totally my style. And for the little stuff, the fun accent,
Yes, is now offering 50% off. Summer is coming. Look at
Care for you. And your family. A lot of places to grow.
this.
Base stations take that future away from you. It's called Innovative Basement. We can protect and you make it. A lot has changed in the last few weeks. And in times like these, we all use a little smile. Many of those around us feel very anxious right now. You're
There's a rumor flying around. Tell me there's no time to be down. Signs say you'll be going up soon. It all comes back to you. It all comes back to you.
no money saving stuff. I'm coming to work.
question of an
Here's me making it into a graphic activity, and it comes with an instructional card so you can make it exactly how they make it at Red Lion. So they make it really easy for you, and pizza is based on the ingredients that you have. A pepperoni. Goes on. Made in a plastic bread. So, oh. It's not easy. And I feel like that's what always makes it. I just kind of give like restaurant quality. So now it turned out really well. So they actually introduced it to Baker Pizza at 500 degrees. Huge difference. Exactly. So it's like Red Wagon. I mean, a really fun activity.
Yeah, that's really cool. Okay, fantastic. So you do want to mention that when you're looking at doing the kind of lot of these restaurants have closed for a couple of hours or a little off. For, taking out a lot of people will have like curbside. Sometimes, so just be aware of that.
All right, if you want to get homework for kids,
Last night, and it was, we, so, it's that evening, what was the old, and the right top up, which I did 5,000, so good. Making me learn.
so this is your first showing experience live.
It's not easy. They're my friends. It's really easy. It's fun product. But then you got it. It's really easy. I want to watch the place. I think that workers travel that well.
Yes.
Oh, it was good.
And that dip, or whale dip, deal.
I ate so much. I'll eat cocktail. I'll let this silly something. Everything you need to make a fancy journey. So,
This is brilliant.
made. What? Cigars. Dehydrated limes. So, they said 5 came from pickup time. So the next one is this. Okay. So go online, order, and then you'll go. I felt very safe when I went to pick mine up yesterday. They were so nice. They had mats, they gloves, and you feel very comfortable. And you don't even walk inside a building. They do it all outside. So, yeah.
That's also fun. Trying out. You don't have to do that over a couple weeks.
Exactly. I got another box by this weekend.
Oh, man, at least I'm living our best life.
There it is.
Goodness, so nice. All right, now, before you go, pick dessert, Amy's Cupcake Shop. This is
Doing right now. What? Cupcake. Oh, so great. I know, that's why I said I would love it, but I also really enjoy it. So, each stick comes with 4 cupcakes, a quarter of a cup. Contact. Those are final products right there.
We're growing. And for the first time,
I did learn that pastry decoration is not my forte.
I don't know.
That was good.
I was a little all over the place. At one point, it's like the frosting sort of there. Regardless, they make it really easy.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
Available as well. I know I was going to say the frosting is unbelievable. And as a person that loves frosting, I really thank you for the frosting.
How cute for me. No, because sometimes getting off. But just 4 or 5. Now we have paid for it. Okay. Whatever. That's it.
Oh, burgers, I do first. Listen, I don't think Post getting a link next to Lisa to purchase ECL kids. Coming up, how?
Turned it. I'll be right there.
Everything. Bring in the one. This is a customer. 651-770-0603.
Can you count on your air conditioner? Regular maintenance. With your unit, call Apollo Heating and Air for your AC tune-up. Apollo's family owned and celebrating 40 years in the Rich Cities. 100 great on. Right now, 0% fine. So if you need your
What's happening today? Ask. Text our community today at 5. Questions so you can stay safe and informed. We hope.
This is too much for anyone. Hot dogs. He jumped on that wheel fan. Bugs. Tonight on BC.
season. Look great this summer. Freeze your fat away with that. Sit down. You enjoyed your time? My problem. And champagne. I called the team at 1-800-LAW-FIRM. I'm probably sure.
We all have that list of home improvement projects we need to do. And if replacing your home's windows and doors is on this list, you want to know that it's going to be affordable. I'm from Renewal Language, and we've helped thousands of customers in order for their home. Here's something you don't expect to hear from when you move. At the same time, we're really good at identifying. You can wait on replacement. And here's something we offer. Contractors, great financing plans. With Renewal by Anderson, you can have monthly payments that will probably be the cable bill. With another program, you can get something doors now, anything for an entire year. It's almost like we want me. No wonder half our. When we talk about the warranty, think about the other things you bought. Did it sometimes feel like you had to buy the good coverage? That's never the case with us. Durable. Dollars are so talented, unlike some other companies. Our warranties cover the windows, patio doors, and installation.
It's really impressive. All the products manufactured, the product install the product. And you know, okay, they're doing it
No, okay, here. There's a big fucking mob down in Sunray and over at Phelan. There's all the fire department, everybody fucking got off the freeway. I was behind the fire chief, the St. Paul fire chief, all the way down the freeway with his lights on. And he got off on White Bear and turned down the street, and then a fire truck went down there. There's fucking shit going on. It's gonna be a fucking one of those nights.
You were happy about it.
Huh?
You were happy about it.
No, I'm not. But it's what we gotta do. So I came home to make sure that I was gonna make it home because there's a fucking another mob down at the Midway fucking Target, and they like to block off the freeway. Huh? They like to block off my way home, so I came home instead.
You came home early?
Yeah, alright. That's the first thing they're gonna do is block off the freeway.
I think we are in the wrong spot.
Well, that's part of living in good. What the fuck is this shit? It's better be 2 sets of them. No, there's a reason why we got that shotgun. And we are in an ugly spot because all of the people that are going to be out there tonight live right down the streets.
What is it?
All the people that are going to be out there tonight raising hell in St. Paul live right down the fucking street.
Yeah.
One of the fucking neighbors.
Oh my God.
You know, speaking for myself, speaking for other people that perform in the city, we just want to keep performing.
Maybe we need to put my car in the garage.
And the truck, and then I'm going to sit out in the garage with my fucking shotgun and hang out.
You'd never do that, Dory. It was
I'm
just
good.
legal if you have a gun.
Yeah, bring it. Come into my garage. When you're out fucking running around, come and try and get what if they step in my garage, they get their heads fucking blown off. That's the end of it.
Holy shit.
That's what happens. Anybody comes in my garage or fucking comes anywhere, comes in the house, you get their fucking heads blown off. Pretty simple, really.
They love to make people laugh. With on the front lines and just like app and the normalcy. So I think that the phone versus a screen or versus text is something that, you know, certainly gone by the wayside a bit. I don't have to like worry about am I sitting up straight, what's in the background of this screen?
If that's not acceptable for them too.
Exactly.
You don't have that.
Question. So does that mean storyline I want to talk about?
You line or
It's
what?
really just yeah. Right, that's good. So a lot of your their shows virtually Little Mermaid Junior, so they got all the kids on the line and they're together but doing the via screen. They don't have a set performance date right now. They hope to offer virtual or sometime in the future. Not TCL before it was with actually. A different time for sure. And also that is something that theater companies I can't say are all trying to figure out how do we use these performances if we can't have them. We can't even stage trying to figure out how can we be together in a show, right? Keep things safe. So that's a conversation that a lot of organizations are having. Or one more that we'll talk in concert. Yeah. I found out about this from a people listening to Steve Burke. Two of her friends getting together.
Who's ready to party?
And no rehearsals and without. I wanted to do it for other people.
That's exactly where I bought this thing.
Collaborate with their whole
Remember that you are a wife, okay? You should not even be going out.
I can go where I want to go.
from experience. And
Nobody else has to
it's about,
fucking
hey,
me.
we love singing, we love performing, we love interacting.
I can go wherever I want to go.
It's the way to do it, even if it is just virtual.
Well, this is what you wish for anyway.
Just doing it for the joy of doing it. Knowing that other people like to see it, I think that's really cool. So, that was our useful theater of the show. Andrew? Where you can so that you are in four-part harmony. I think it's literally called acapella. I think that's now it's called acapella. But that is singing in harmony with yourself. Hey, I watched that. Let's do it. We got a show tomorrow.
Looking for ideas. Thank you, Chris.
You're welcome.
So as Steve mentioned, we put links to all of these projects on our website. You can go to twincitylive.com and click on
And when you work, you put 1,000 things on the website today. Tons of theater records. I don't tell us that all those other theater mentions performances happen all around town.
That's a 25-minute fuel saver. This Friday and Saturday.
health. And to keep all of us healthy, Mattress Galaxy is going above and beyond safer at home guidelines by offering only private appointments in our showroom. Just you and a Skype. Best sleep. We offer free fast delivery and free exchange. If it's not exhausting, get better sleep tonight. Galaxy, sleep better now.
Upgrade your home today with maintenance-free, energy-efficient windows from the name that you can trust. Window Concepts in Minnesota.
Call now and save $300 per window, plus no interest for 36 months.
Window Concepts has been Minnesota's leader in home improvement for over 20 years. Let us enhance your home with new windows today. Call now and get a free upgrade to triple pane glass.
Call Window Concepts at 800-867-4100.
I wanna go south.
Huh?
I'm scared.
You'll be fine.
I wanna stay there.
You'll be fine. Don't worry about us. Worry about everybody else.
You're so arrogant.
Yeah.
I don't wanna stay
I've prepared for this I've been prepared for this for a long
That's
time.
why Zero Res was listed
Well, I
as
guess you got what you wish for.
No, it's not what I wish for.
Zero Res
It is.
I prepared for this for a reason.
It is proven that no other method.
Yeah, just one shot and everyone else is in your head. Okay? So stop being arrogant.
Right now, we're offering 20% off all cleaning services because nothing is more important than healthy and clean. For your home or business,
Look, I don't wanna stay here tonight.
At Pullman Plumbing and Drains in Fluence, we want you to be comfortable while spending so much time. Right now, get a $49 air conditioning tune-up or this legendary deal. A small purchase body to any service for only $25. Now through Memorial Day, we'll donate $10 for every service call made to take.
You'll be fine. Just relax.
Earn a 25-cent high-heat fuel saver for every $50. That's 25.
All right. We'll be back in a little bit. You want to eat?
You got room for one last bite?
I say,
I wanna go south.
Thoughts?
Just stay here. Just relax. Don't worry about it. Just, you don't need to be scared. You don't need to be scared. Dark. You don't need to be scared. Look, you're fine. I got it. Totally under control.
You're so fucking arrogant. You make me more scared.
That's why. Why would you be scared?
You're
We
so
have-
crazy too.
No, I'm not crazy. They're fucking crazy. I'm not going out looking for them. If they come here, they're gonna get what they're gonna see how crazy they really are. Just stay here and relax. Don't worry about it.
The owner is said to have a great heart, but he's also very rich. And something unique, he had 3 teenagers grow up in that house and they love parties in the basement. We're at
on the HGTV, here's what you should do with your basement. But the kids, you think that they have memories that won't last them forever?
What happened? a $4.5 million house, and then you get your first.
You need to put up those CCTVs.
We got enough. Don't worry about it.
Reality to another, but that's why it's good for them. They need to go to.
We got enough. Don't worry about it. They're not kicking in people's doors on their houses. What they're doing is they're looting places like that across the street. I'm gonna go for food. You want anything?
What can they make fathers?
Dork? Yes, no, maybe?
Yeah, buy me food.
What do you want?
Grilled chicken.
Grilled chicken.
So.
I ain't going to tell them. That's where all the bullshit's going on. How do you go there?
We are tracking
The cub over here and the cub over here.
On the ground.
Alright, I'll be back in a bit.
A bunch of idiots.
Huh?
Pretty start right
People are a bunch of idiots. Why do they have to do it?
But they have to do it. I'm all for them fucking rioting and doing their thing.
Oh
It's
my
just, it just gotta go, it has to happen.
Is all around the Twin Cities. We
Oh.
expect
Yeah.
conference
It has to
in
happen.
Poland. We also just learned the National Guard has been activated to protect Leslie Hall and surrounding communities.
Let's get straight to chapter 5 right now is protest. Continue to take their
Here it is, right here.
into the streets. Near the precinct in Minneapolis,
Where is this place?
That's in Minneapolis, too.
in the custody of Minneapolis police. Boyd telling police, I can't breathe. The need to protest is clear in
I'll be back in a little bit.
from the ground. Clear is
Also today, Metro Transit made the safety call to suspend bike lanes. Well, saying they're to respond to the cities. Chief Political Reporter Tom Hauser is in the response.
From the governor deploying the activated the National Guard to help Sturman. Mobilize troops. Here's what we know, and again, these numbers are the governor will deploy about 200 National Guard troops. I'm told now that number could actually grow, and they will work with local and state law enforcement throughout the Twin Cities. They will provide personnel, equipment, and facilities to assist local law enforcement. And the source tells me the troops are already stationed in the Twin Cities and will deploy very. Well, the source also tells me, in addition to the National Guard, 100 additional state troopers who will also be deployed to assist the developing situation. Believe there will be at least 200 National Guard told the state troops.
Okay, now we'll do that. Were immediately fired from the department following George Floyd's death. Calling
Leaders, they are Chris.
Paul and Jackie were standing right in between City Hall and the government. As the friends beginning to gather behind this where a lot of them are sitting right now. You can still already actually feel the tension that's here. They've only been here for about 30 minutes. Sheriff's deputy walking around. I want to show you what Mayor Fry and also Chief Arredondo had to say earlier today.
I want to know what George's girlfriend Courtney said about you. And all about from our home on the night of May 23rd. Honor him by practice, especially during a time of pain. Welcome our community here in Minneapolis and certainly across the country. And I know that our community
Oh my God.
trying to make you feel.
The images here we captured showed, of course, a lot of destruction that's by Chief Arredondo. I also talking about how it is time to fix the rubble, and the chief spoke about protecting the First Amendment space, but not seeing the criminal activity that he's seeing, which includes the looting and the arson at cocaine. Now, I asked about the injuries in addition to last night in South Minneapolis, and protesters had some injuries, but as far as not significant. I'll be back at 7 o'clock tonight to give you further updates. Report I went, great. Oh, thank you. Callan Gray continues her team coverage now. We're, Callan, is that the case right now?
Absolutely, people here have remained. They are. The police, people are moving right now. I want to show you there are two memorials. People have been dropping off flowers. They are leaving messages, posters, just really express. This is how collective made. Othering is more of and there have been some beautiful around the corner. They several artisans painted a mural on the side of a cuckoo. He said, never forgotten it, and this is their way of speaking out against what happened.
I've also put atrocities happening, also to remember his name, to remember his face. He was a person I did not know personally, but I brought life to his community and his family and his friends, and I think that's important to show.
Above Floyd, the arts also wrote the names of others, including Eric Garner, whose mother took Memorial Day all the way from New York to support this community, along with Reverend Al Sharpton. They are calling on them. Being echoed by so many in place from here in Brooklyn.
Okay, and rioters. Our own people hurt.
She also did that. This is where he had three protests.
Callan, Drew. They take time. Action.
If you really like, they're already get one guy. Salamat po sa 100 subscribers. Hi! Oh,
Hello.
did you see Riot?
What?
Riot?
Yeah. Do you know where my shotgun is?
Maybe it's under
This might be it, actually.
No, that's your dad.
I thought that was Dad's.
Oh, I see, maybe. Yeah.
I think this one's mine. Thank you.
Do you even have a, what's that? Bullet for that?
No, I'm actually gonna go buy some right now.
Oh my god, it's really scary.
Just put it in a bucket.
Yeah. You know, just checking here.
Oh, I'm really scared. I want to go up south. I don't think it is safe here.
Well,
He doesn't
yeah,
want me to go.
yeah, my friends are worried too. Because my friends live by the police station, and they're kind of targeting the cops.
Yeah.
So they're worried. So I'm going over there. Plus,
I think it's safer in Upper Valley, right?
yeah, it is. I don't think anything's going on over there.
Oh, yeah, there's nothing in south. So I want to go there. And there are a lot of blocks, like 2 blocks. The
Yeah,
apartment there is old.
yeah. Is Dad in the garage?
No, he went out to buy something.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna grab some water and then.
I'm sure he will be back in there.
Well, tell him I said stay safe.
I'm so scared because he's carrying that gun, and, you know.
Well,
it
yeah,
will
but
trigger.
I mean, literally, there's stuff going down over by Sunray. That's like literally like 5 minutes from here.
Yeah.
And so.
And I don't want him flashing that gun.
Yeah. So.
You made it.
Well, I'm about to go buy some shells.
20 gauge.
20 gauge.
Get some fucking, probably get some, I don't know, whatever you would get.
Any good place to go buy some?
Oh, yeah, the
There's
big
ones
one.
off of White Barrow by 36.
36 and downways.
36 over and where?
Over 36 and 694.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Where's your friend live?
Right off of Payne and Rainey, right by the police station.
Payne and Rainey. Okay.
And like, seeing as everything is being targeted towards the cops, I'm just worried.
Yeah.
And so.
Yep.
Be careful, Jesse.
Yep.
Well, we got the big shooter out, so.
Yeah, I know, I
Don't
see
worry
it.
about this over here.
Yeah, hopefully you guys are doing alright.
I was gonna run and get some food, but fucking everything over there is closed.
Yeah, I know. The shit going on in Sunray.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go somewhere else. I just saw your car as I was rolling by, and I was gonna run up to the Burger King. And, I saw your car here, so I figured I'd see you.
Error 6. Move Roomba to a new location. Then press clean to restart. Please open the iRobot Home app for help.
A home invasion. monstrosity for the Eli.
You just come for that?
No.
Oh, no.
Because I don't get two.
So Justin's looking for his shotgun now, huh?
Yeah, he's gonna stay over at his friend's house. He lives right down the street from the police station over by Payne. Be the protector. He's somebody over 20 gauge.
You're going to be good at simulating, right?
Yeah, the
Mexican market across the street's closed.
yeah. Oh, everything's closed. Sunray, Phelan, everything.
So stupid.
Huh?
That's so stupid.
Oh, it's gonna happen tonight. There's fucking black people milling around everywhere. Fucking.
Well, I wish I hadn't
Don't
done
get done. Get in.
I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in that shit. I've been through this before, and
Well, it's
I
happening.
don't believe in it. There are a bunch of fucking animals that do that. That's all.
Or not to.
Well, it was never solved before, and that's it.
Well, it was
Justice
solved.
is not served.
It was solved, but it wasn't by them.
It was never
Dad,
solved.
I'm eating rice so you can have it.
Are you sure?
Mhm.
Okay, thanks.
Why won't this thing turn on?
I don't know. The table is not one.
Huh?
No, okay.
Some of the calendar is fucked up.
What if they burn the,
Adults and teenagers. I want you to ask yourself right now, where are your children? Where are your teenagers?
Where's Dr. Knight? A little while ago, she was scared and wanted to go south, hang with her friends for the night. Now she wants to go fucking video blog all the fucking protests.
why not?
And I believe that there are.
Well, Google fucking, like I said, Google fucking rubber bullet fucking injury. Best to just avoid.
It looks a nice blood though.
Oh, yeah, it'd be great blog if you live.
Can I go?
No,
Go on a go.
no, you're not going.
But I want to go.
Yeah, I absolutely
I realize it's a good article.
valid concern.
Mhm.
Goes out to our business community today,
I
and
realize it's
all
a good
other,
article.
the other people I mentioned.
Good job, good job.
Our officers are out there doing the very best they possibly can. Smaller to mid-sized groups of people who are moving about the city. They're taking their license plates off their vehicles, trying to go undetected. They're moving around
George, you need to put my car in front of the garage.
to the avenue.
Hmm?
So again, our officers
Put
are
my
dealing
car in
with
front of
some
the garage.
uncharted territory. And they're doing an incredible job with now to deal with this. And backup's coming. We have, we speak to our staging area with about 75 troopers who are going to help us continue to bring this under control. Thank you. The plan tonight is that we're not going to go anywhere. We're calling in extra staff. We are readjusting our deployment schedule to make sure that we maximize the officers that we have in the city. I was talking earlier about when situations like this come up from throughout the country, in normal circumstances, you'll see these situations pop up in really major cities. And you look at the scope of a city or a population, and the number of officers Minneapolis has, and
The name of the man killed has not yet been released. Police consider suspect, but he has not been charged.
our breaking news coverage will continue in a moment, and we're also.
So who was the guy that got killed last night? That's what I wonder. What was the deal on that one?
I
Where?
don't know anything about it yet.
Where is it? Where?
Minneapolis when they got killed.
Ah, that's the one that's trying to rob a J. Roberts store.
was made.
You got shut.
Right now is the time. So for a second time, members have credit on their auto insurance. It's the right thing to do. We're also relief options to eligible members so they can take care of things like groceries before they worry about their insurance or credit card bills. Right now is the time of what matters most. Like there's so many times before. Discover all the ways we're helping members at USAA.com. That's coronavirus.
Moving day doesn't have to be scary. You moving. Professional movers, on time, uniformed, and friendly. If you hate moving, you'll love us. Go to youmove.com now, the Twin Cities' favorite local movers. Never fear moving day again.
Yeah, I was over at work, there's apartments there. It sounded like a wild party. What it sounded like all day today. People yelling, screaming.
You're like,
Where are you at? Just right off off of 7th Street.
Maintenance-free furniture.
Well, block or so up.
Elegance
Where?
and recycling combined. Call today for your free quote or go online to buy the
The top of the hill, when you turn into on 7th Street, take a left on 7th.
Where that button is.
I don't catch that.
When you get to the top of the hill there,
All of us, we
there's a couple of apartment buildings, and my shop is on the corner. The
help
office.
do homeowners overcome.
You know, it's putting in,
Right here.
Don't forget.
No, they were in their apartments, but you could hear me inside their apartments yelling and stuff. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, those are.
Progressive can protect you from becoming human. And protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
That.
Like
You're working right in the neighborhood here?
what the deal was, you know?
what crazy chances would you take? If you
Lydia is now offering 50% off. Summer is coming. Look and feel your best. Call 855-GO-LYDIA today. Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota will be here for you.
Right now, Toyota is offering 0% financing for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4. Or you can lease a new RAV4.
You should share my
Make
you
the
should share
shop
my
and buy online for the comfort of your home. Many Toyota service centers are open to help
seriously,
your
they
vehicle
go
in
by
top
right.
shape. And many even offer no contact vehicle drop off.
All from the brand you trust today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Crazy times we're living in right now.
One problem.
Yeah, don't worry, we got plenty of firepower.
It's a star-studded night
I'm gonna do what I
of sheer entertainment. Why am I here now?
Put the clipper down and step away from the machine.
This is my most fun day in quarantine.
Haircut Night in America, Friday at 8, 7 Central on CBS.
Well, I'll give you a live look now from Sky 4 over South Minneapolis. This is a live shot. You can see this burned out vehicle, all damage that occurred last night. Today's big developments are there's declared a state of emergency and has called out the National Guard. Mayor Melvin Carter said that he actually requested the governor do that. This is a smoldering building that was on fire last night. Police, fire department officials say there were 30 different fire calls, 16 buildings on fire, all of the fires intentionally set. And this is, again, a live shot. It gives you an impact of the fire and how
Set by
big
fucking
it was last night. The other things we're following today are looting in
See any
St.
of
Paul,
that?
a protest going on
I
around
don't
the
know.
center, a vigil in St. Louis Park for George Floyd.
I know you showed me a video last time that was supposed to prove that, and I didn't see anything in it.
Yep, there's fucking video
Lot
of
of
the
damage
cop
and destruction, and it stretches from the third precinct.
smashing out the
at,
windows in the auto zone.
at Lake-
And then he runs around
3 miles
behind
down
and he's
from
wearing, he isn't wearing a
down
cop
down
outfit,
and
obviously.
uptown.
And
But
also,
everybody
Denver is
knows it.
activating the National Guard.
He runs around behind the
When
auto
you
zone.
say everybody knows, that means that nobody knows for sure.
Well, Chris Schaefer joins
Everybody
us.
knows that's how Donald
You
comes.
know damn well that's what it is. And
Hey
you
guys,
gotta be
it
pleased.
sure feels a whole lot nicer. The air quality out there, much drier air has moved in, and we've had some pretty good doses of sunshine, with the exception of the corners. Southeastern Minnesota, at least it's not raining down there, but you're still dealing with the clouds, and the clouds have been hanging out up in Northland as well. But the sun has sure felt nice across the board. Let's take a look at how much drier the air as the dew point is 25 degrees
Boy,
cooler
that was
right
a
now
big
than
whopper.
it was yesterday. You remember
Double.
we were hanging in the mid 60s for those dew points. That air is very sticky. You could feel it, especially if you don't have the air conditioning. We didn't have ours on the past couple of nights, and yeah, it was kind of rough sleeping, but much drier air has worked into the area. 36-degree dew point, that's pretty arid, and that air will be sticking around for a while. So enjoy the refreshment in the air. Now, we didn't give up the heat to get that drier air. We had a high of 79 today. It's still 77 in the
As
Twin
soon as I
Cities.
start calling,
You
instead
can
of
see
calling a
the
cop,
future
you
of
run.
northwestern Minnesota, where the temps are at 60 degrees right now in Bemidji. That cooler air is riding in on those strong northwest winds, and we'll all get a dose of it for the next couple of days, actually. So our highs tomorrow will only make it to the upper 60s. That's about 4 or 5 degrees below average, so not a cold day. And it will not be humid. There'll be a bit of a breeze, not quite as strong as today, but I think it'll be more like the 8 to 12 mile per hour range. Pretty dominant sunshine throughout the day and Saturday as well.
You just smashed all the windows in the
It's still
auto.
noticeable out there, but high over on 70, still a few degrees. It's 70s already. You'll see noticeable humidity on Monday. You really feel the mugginess on Tuesday and Wednesday. And heat, I think we'll spend a couple of days up in the 80s, which is almost 8 to 10 degrees above average. Best chances of any
He
rain
books
here
it
to be
and
Monday
got
with
the
some
police
isolated
station, he's going that way, because if you
thunderstorms
turn, the
on
police station,
Wednesday.
where's the other phone?
Well, you feel the
It's
tune, I
fresh
hear
air,
it.
it's going to be a fairly warm and comfortable night.
I don't see it as a, absolutely. I don't even see it as a probability.
It's absolutely fucking, it's more than probable. And the reason why is because they're trying to fucking, what they're doing is fucking, trying to fucking discredit the fucking protest.
I had black people outside my house, and we were
So that they're
shooting off.
fucking, so
I
that
don't want to
fucking
talk
piece
about
of
it.
shit fucking cock can get off. That's all it is. Here he is breaking out the window.
But still, how's some cop gonna break out the windows till he gets out of the top line? He did what he
Because
did.
they're trying to get the riot started so that they can discredit and do exactly what they've done to you.
No, I say they should not riot. I say they should not
Yeah, I know.
riot.
Everybody says they should not riot. I say they should riot, but that's me.
Yeah, okay.
But everybody's saying, oh, they shouldn't riot. They shouldn't riot. So what do the cops do to get their fucking criminal fucking buddy off? They start to riot. How do you do that? You break out all the windows and you start smashing shit. And you light a bunch of apartment buildings on fire. They did this. There's other videos of them starting to fight the same people. They're fucking cops. I guarantee you. Absolutely fucking cops. The cops who are trying to fucking get their fucking buddy off. The thin blue line. They get it and fucking, they do this everywhere. That's what they do.
Increased phone and video support and online services. The need has never been greater, and we have never been more committed. Please support Warriors
Bunch
today.
of fucking pigs. Absolute fucking pigs and they're fucking
I'm here on Mud Live in front of the Government Center where we're monitoring a protest that began about 30 minutes ago. It's at least 100 people strong here, put on by an organization called Communities United Against Police Brutality. This is a 20-year strong organization in the Twin Cities. They're listening to speeches, they're praying, and they're chanting, they're demanding that these cops be arrested. And they are also debating a special prosecutor be put on the case. Guys, back to you.
All right, thank you, Al. Of course, we'll have the latest from Al this evening at 6 and the recent developments.
Yeah, and there are a number of them. No charges filed. We did hear from the Hampton County Attorney. Everyone says they'll work swiftly, but as of now, no legal developments involving the officers. Good to see you.
you better fucking bring those charges.
No, I'm against looters and rioters influencing the justice system.
No.
It's a separate system.
They are the criminals.
The death of George Floyd while in police custody. Nationwide, people have taken to the streets. How his death has reignited a national conversation about race in America.
Cops, the whole fucking justice system is a bunch of fucking criminals. They're criminals that are fucking, and the rules are made by a criminal politician who fucking has sold you out 100 years ago.
What is still desperately needed in order to make billions of vaccine doses.
More job losses. 1 in 4 working Americans have now filed for unemployment. We speak to a single mother.
Oh, I got my government check finally. My Trump.
Versus Twitter. Angry
Did you get it?
messages are being
What?
Did you buy it or?
No, it came in my.
responsible for the content on their pages.
Something I'd rather do than get rid of my whole Twitter account.
But will it backfire? Hail to the graduate. He's got 4 college degrees at an age when most haven't even made it to high school. Boston Marathon canceled for the first time in its 124-year history. The world-famous race is called off.
Absolutely.
But
No sense
organizers
for
say
criminal
runners can still
politicians.
participate virtually. And tonight, call it pump under the circumstances. Some of the most inspiring graduation speeches for a special graduating class.
This is the CBS News with Roberto Dunn, reporting from the nation's capital.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. We're going to begin with breaking news tonight out of Minneapolis, where the National Guard is being mobilized after a violent protest erupted overnight over the death of George Floyd. A Minneapolis police officer pressed his knee into the unarmed African-American man's
Sorry
neck
for
for more than
sale.
7 minutes Monday as Floyd pleaded for help and said he couldn't breathe. Frustration over the lack of charges against the officers turned into anger overnight as protesters looted stores and set buildings on fire. Police responded with tear gas and rubber bullets. Those riots continued today, spilling into St. Paul, where crowds ransacked shops and smashed windows. Late today, the state capitol was evacuated. And it all comes as Minnesota and the rest of the country are facing the dual toll of rising jobless claims and cases of coronavirus. Today, we learned another 2.1 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits in the last week. And as we come on the air tonight, more than 101,000 people have been killed by coronavirus in the U.S. There are now more than 1.7 million confirmed cases nationwide. So there's a lot of news to get to tonight. We're going to begin with CBS's Jeff Pegues, who leads off our coverage tonight from Minneapolis. Jeff?
Nora, 24 hours ago, this was all a bustling business district. Take a look at it now. It is a shell of what it used to be. In fact, if you look at the rubble, it is still smoldering. Even at this hour, people are looting buildings, and some buildings are still burning to the ground. And that's why the National Guard is being called in to try to tamp the tension down. Daybreak showed some parts of the city still smoldering, and fire crews finally put water on the flames. Fires burning through the night. You can see the smoke still billowing in the air. The firefighters weren't here, but they're now on scene at daybreak trying to douse the flames before they spread to nearby structures. No one knows what would have happened. On Wednesday night, at the intersection now memorializing the final moments of George Floyd's life, protests were peaceful. But nearly 3 miles away, right around the police precinct where the 4 fired officers involved were, protests turned vandalism. The auto store across the street was set ablaze. At least 30 fires were reported. Looters smashed store windows, and 1 man was killed by a shop owner. Today, we found 4-boy Paula, who invested his life savings in opening the sports bar and cleaning up. While our camera was there, looters came back to try to steal his safe.
Right, trying to steal the safe!
4 days after Floyd's death, city leaders have been unable to calm tensions and now stop the violence. The outcry overseeing Officer Derek Chauvin's where Floyd's neck has sparked protests as far away as Los Angeles and Memphis. Longtime community activist Mike Barr says this is what happens to dreams of murder. But does this violence help? It doesn't help anything, but it lets you know they're tired. They're tired of being oppressed, being misused, being abused, being murdered at will. Overnight, this undated video of Floyd.
93.5% of black people are killed by other black people.
Come on, home, man.
Look, it's, that's just.
Floyd's death has sparked a conversation fueled by frustration. LeBron James reposted the 2014 photo
It's
wearing
safe to be said for white people.
I can't breathe.
What's that?
But you can say for white people.
Pretty much. 87. 85. I think it's 85 point something. It's pretty close.
in that aftermath,
Well,
celebrated
it's people, so many black people are, you know, other than white
I
people.
just want to be able to raise my children in peace.
Cornell Brooks, former head of the NAACP, was in Baltimore during the turmoil with Freddie Gray's death.
Why the riots? Why the looting? I asked, why the police killing? Why the police brutalization? I asked, why the disrespect?
Just why the fucking
Well,
cops?
I can answer the question about respect. I have respect.
Yeah, why haven't the cops been arrested?
What?
Why haven't the cops been arrested? If anybody commits even a minor crime, you are booked and
Well, anyway,
why the fuck
do
ain't
you
these cops-
actually think
why aren't these cops in jail yet? If I commit any kind of a minor crime, it's off to jail immediately. They can kill somebody and they're out walking around.
Well, I believe the justice will be served.
It's never ever happened. It would be the first time ever.
No.
Ever. Yes, it would. Show me one. It has never ever happened. Ever. Sure, they fucking pay out a big bunch of money to the family, but there's never fucking criminal.
Adding to the local being affected across the country, making the free never that much more urgent. Tonight, concern from a major
Not once.
effort to distribute a vaccine. The CEO of AstraZeneca, which is funding at Oxford University,
Not once.
says a shortage of the last
What about that one guy that just went in this round for killing that lady?
He didn't. He went in for fucking something minor, and it's not even fucking. It's a fucking couple. It's like a 2-year sentence or something.
Yeah.
Restaurants employing a small number of customers to dine in, social distancing. Science, some researchers say, speak healthy enough for tiny infectious for hours.
You don't put your seatbelt on when you're 6 feet from the other car. You put it on when you're, and the same thing goes for the mask.
Today, New York Governor Cuomo signed an executive order allowing businesses to tell customers no mask, no entry. But at the Tree Tavern outside of Austin, Texas, no masks are allowed. And in Missouri, cell phone video of Memorial Day weekend festivities at Lake of the Ozarks shows a crowd of partiers, many good. Attendees, like Antoine, were advised to quarantine for 14 days. But he says he can't get tested.
If you ain't got no symptoms, you cannot get a test at all. You can have it without having it.
As a whole, the cases in Texas are on the way down, but there still are. Late this afternoon, we learned that in Sherman, Texas, about an hour north of Dallas, 326 workers at a Tyson food plant tested positive. Nora, that's about 20% of the people who work at that one plant.
Oh, Marty, Franca and Dallas, and I thank you. The pandemic continues to take a heavy toll on the nation's workforce. More than 40.
You know, I got some
more unemployment benefits than
chicken thighs,
That's 1 in 4 working Americans.
and it was really strange because they were like
First check. Here's
big.
CBS's Mark Strausman.
really big, and they were
Up to 800 times.
tougher than normal
Susan,
food. So I wanted to ask the chickens that have been
Not
growing
his official
beyond
travel
what they usually do.
It is probably one of the most.
Or maybe some
frustrating
layers that they
and
just decided out.
stressful things that I've ever had to do in my life. Nothing has come from unemployment.
But anyway,
Not one
they
dime.
were good.
Like
They
thousands of
tasted
you,
better.
Feldman texted
They were
Nora
older.
O'Donnell
They
from
were
her
just older,
COVID
older,
crisis.
bigger chickens then.
Her job paid $70,000. Now she's on food stamps.
Am I gonna be homeless? You know, and then what happens to the girls? I have shared custody. That's really a horrible place to be in, not knowing.
Some sectors, like transportation, keep bleeding jobs. Boeing slashing about 6,800 workers. Amtrak will lose 20% of its workforce. Delta today offered most employees a buyout package. But there are bright spots in a gradually reopening America. Amazon's making 125,000 part-time workers full-time. In Florida, the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex reopened today after 10 weeks. Trina Johnson, their operations director, is among more than 100 furloughed employees back at work.
It's amazing. It's a huge relief. It was like a big breath of fresh air.
Is the economy now on its way?
I didn't have it as bad as others. I had it worse than some. It's going to come back.
But Suzanne Feldman's still in crisis.
She owes $6,800 in rent. She has $700 in savings. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Merritt Island, Florida.
For years, the social media site Twitter has been at the center of President Trump's unconventional communication strategy. But today, the president signed an executive order to review laws
There is a
that
solution
protect
for all
sites
this.
like Twitter from legal liability after it angered him by fact-checking his posts.
Let's check and see how Sweden's
White
going,
House
or
tonight.
no. Sweden is
This appears to be presidential payback and a welcome distraction for President Trump from the mounting coronavirus death toll. He did mention that today on Twitter. Members of the House of Representatives bowed their heads in a moment of silence. Former Vice President Joe Biden spoke of a nation in grief.
Each one leaving behind a family that will never again be whole.
But President Trump, who has avoided talking publicly about the death toll, mentioned it only in a tweet, one of over
Well, there is a solution.
calling it a very sad milestone.
So far,
For what?
for all of this fucking
The president's
nonsense,
focus has been on punishing
they
Twitter
already
and other
thought
tech
that it's a
giants
movement
after
called Insure the
attacking
Police.
mail-in ballots were
And here's
found
what
for
happens.
making false claims.
What they choose to ignore.
Police have to have a bond for their, to continue to work.
Today's executive
They have to have a
order
bond
keeps the
so that the
online
city doesn't have to pay out on their
companies
behalf when they
censorship
kill
and
somebody.
disfavoring certain
So
viewpoints.
they have to basically buy their own insurance.
25-year-old law
They
protecting
have to buy their
internet sites
insurance,
from
and
legal liability,
cops that have a
but their
fucking
users'
bad
voice.
record, their insurance goes up, and they don't get to be cops anymore. And that's the problem. Every one of these vindictive cops that killed that guy, he's got all kinds of people going, yeah, he did this and this and this, and he's got fucking different lawsuits and shit. Every single one of these cops.
Well, a lot of them have had been in trouble before that I think.
Yeah, and nothing ever happens to them. Oh, and the thing that makes me believe that that is a cop is because I posted it on my Facebook wall and it was immediately taken down, 5 minutes. It was taken off my Facebook wall in less than 5 minutes. And they tried to take it down all day off of everywhere. Somebody's going through and trying to delete that video. Who has the power to do that? It ain't a bunch of fucking anarchists that are supposed to be doing this. It's fucking cops.
Veterans like Warren, he was a father of three and a decorated combat veteran in the Marines. Hamill lost his life not at war, but by suicide at home. Here's CBS News' Jim Parker.
Crystal Francesi is talking as Marine Corporal Rory Hamill. A blast from an IED in Afghanistan in 2011 robbed him of his right leg. Rory had a hard road home.
A lot of the thoughts going through my head were, why didn't I die? What am I going to do now with my life?
But in the last few years, Rory had gotten his life back, studying psychology and mentoring other veterans.
When the lockdown did happen, it shook him from everything he knew. He couldn't do his public speaking. He couldn't go to school to his outlet away from his own mind.
In April, Rory wrote about the pandemic on his Instagram page, saying, "My own personal hell has been reignited." 2 weeks later, Rory was nowhere to be found.
And one of his friends was actually calling me. They went and did a wellness check, and that's when they had found him.
Did they say how they thought he had died?
It was a single gunshot wound to his head.
As the nation passed 100,000 deaths from the coronavirus, Rory Hamill's name was not on that list. But Crystal is sure that isolation contributed to his death.
So I believe it's 100% what caused it.
Compared to this month last year, calls to the VA's Veterans Crisis Line are up more than 10%.
Our number one critical priority right now is suicide prevention.
Robert Wilkie is the Secretary of Veterans Affairs.
It is the fear of continued isolation in many of these cases that makes these problems compound themselves, and then we see the effects. How are you adjusting to that?
In April, the VA made more than 1 million mental health phone calls and teleappointments, as we saw at this vet center in New Jersey, not far from Crystal, who hopes that by this summer, Rory's family will be able to pay their last respects.
We are burying him in Arlington. He deserved that. So that's where we will be putting him to rest.
Jan Crawford, CBS News, Washington.
May he rest in peace. If you're a veteran who needs help, or if you're concerned about one, we've posted resources on our website at cbsnews.com/veterans. There is still much more news ahead on tonight's CBS Evening News. How a suspected killer was captured after a multi-state manhunt. China tightens its grip on Hong Kong. Now President Trump is set to respond, and that is rattling markets. Later, inspiration in a troubling time. We've got some unforgettable messages for the class of 2020.
All right, I brought Max Protein to give you the protein you need with less of the sugar you don't. I'll take that.
30 grams of protein and 1 gram of sugar. Ensure Max Protein. Now available in 12 counts. Stock up today. Your mission is stand up to moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis and take it on with Rinvoq.
Yeah, here's the first one. First time I saw that video this morning.
Rinvoq helps tame pain, stiffness, swelling, and for some, Rinvoq can even significantly reduce RA fatigue. That's Rinvoq. With RA,
They chased this video around all over the place, all fucking day long this morning and shit. And people kept trying to post it on their Facebook walls, so I can see it, so I want to download it.
Sometimes fatal have occurred.
And this is
As
what
if
you're
certain
doing.
cancers, including lymphoma, that cares in the stomach or intestines, then changes in lab results.
They were just
Your doctor
basically
should monitor
deleting it
this
as
well.
fast as people
Tell your doctor about
they were trying to post it, and then people picked up the case.
Is that the one where the guy was stabbing him? So here's what happened. There's a story that,
make it your mission. If you
see
can't afford the
that?
medicine, maybe
I watched this, and then I went back to go download it on my break, and that's what you get. That's when cops delete shit. That's what happens. Why would that be deleted? There's a bunch of cops deleted
For
it.
not only smoother skin in
That's
one
what they're
day,
doing.
but younger looking skin in just 1 week. And that's clinically proven.
The problem is everybody has that video.
Unless you're attached to
They just fucking spread so fast that there's no way they can stop it. But they made an effort to try and stop it. Because the cops.
Get 75% stronger thanks to Gret technology. Go wild. Seabond. Wildly adhesive. When the world
Yeah,
gets
they're right.
complicated,
Use it,
a lot goes through your mind. With Fidelity Wealth Management, your dedicated advisor.
That's how you know you're over the fucking, you know when you're catching flag, you're over the
You get with Fidelity Wealth Management.
I recommend Nature because I trust their quality. They were the first to have a vitamin verified USP, an independent organization that sets strict quality and purity standards.
NatureMade, the #1 pharmacist recommended vitamin and supplement brand.
President Trump says he will address rising tensions with China at a press conference tomorrow. The midday announcement caught
Right now, they're adding up other videos, finding other videos.
This comes as China moves to
There's
crack
people
down on
looking
the
for
city
that,
of Hong Kong.
for that guy in other videos. And everybody has their
Communist
videos.
government control over Hong Kong's security and legal systems. Tonight, a University of Connecticut student is awaiting extradition back to his home state to face murder charges. 23-year-old Peter Manfredonia was captured at a truck stop in Maryland last night and appeared in court today over a video link. He is accused of killing 2 men and wounding another. Investigators are looking into a motive. In Southern California, friends and family threw a special drive-by graduation party for Jack Rico. Well, he just graduated from Fullerton College with 4 associate's degrees and a perfect 4.0 grade average. Guess what? He's just 13 years old. Jack heads to the University of Vegas in the fall to get his bachelor's in history. All right. That's what you call precocious. Just ahead, more inspiration, the most memorable graduation messages for the class of 2020 as it faces unprecedented challenges.
If you can't watch the CBS Evening News, you can listen
Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Sponsored by FreshPet.
This is what it's all about. Why the heart beats, the pulse races. Why the weight of the world is carried with a smile. And where the comfort that's so desperately sought is found. This is what's worth protecting, embracing, and ensuring for others, especially now. This is why Medicare from Blue Cross Blue Shield continues to improve what we can do for you, putting over 80 years of healthcare expertise into act, and making coverage even more accessible in time. Most. We're here for you now and always.
I chased down dead links all morning trying to see that video. And they don't.
CDC guidance recommends
Not
topical
everybody's got it on their Facebook wall.
like Salonpas patch large. It's powerful.
There's only so much we can stop.
For up to 12
Just
hours.
about everybody on my
Not
friends
addictive
list
and
has a
gentle on
fucking
the body.
first thing you see when you open it.
I deliver packages for Amazon. I recently took a break because my girlfriend and I just had a baby. When I came back, Amazon completely changed everything. They took it overboard on the staging, and that's what I love. We're all working towards a common goal. Just like Amazon says, deliver smiles, and honestly, I believe I do.
Uh-oh.
I am totally blind.
6 men busted with shrimp and Corona beer in Belize. 6 men have been busted with shrimp and Corona beer in Belize. Corona, see, that means the border's closed for that stuff. That means it was snuck across the border. If you have a Mexican beer, you're in serious trouble.
Your team needs to work in different places across many devices.
I don't know what the deal is with the shrimp.
Largest companies in the world. And that's why you trust us, the most reliable network in America.
Looks like they're Asians. One is. One can see.
Do your sneezes turn heads? Try Zyrtec. It starts working hard at hour 1 and works twice as hard when you take it again the next day. Zyrtec, mumble no more.
When you think of a bank, you think of people in a place. But when you have the Chase mobile app, your bank can be virtually any place. So when you get a check, you can deposit it from here. And you can see your transactions, check your
Business
balance
was put on leave in 2011 for inappropriate police shooting of Alaskan Native American Leroy Martinez. Chauvin shot Ira Latrell Foley, an unarmed black man, 21-year-old man in 2008. Chauvin was one of the officers who murdered Wayne Reyes, a Latino man with 16 bullets forced into him. That's how much shit this guy's
Protecting the
doing.
damages following a night of fires and destruction. Last night was totally different
Well, it doesn't sound like he's even getting off to me.
No. He better not. He better not, or the whole fucking city.
In some ways,
will burn
graduation
down.
seemed more meaningful this year, even with ceremonies held online. That's because of the messages that were sent. For the speakers, no time for cliches, just honest advice. Here's CBS's Jim Axelrod.
Preserving the pop amid some historically challenging circumstance.
This is just a really long Zoom session.
Speakers like Alexis Ohanian, the co-founder of Reddit, cut to the Hopkins graduates.
Failure, setbacks, disappointments, they're all going to be a part of your life.
In this season of virtual commencement, with processionals conducted solo in students' yards and on driveways, schools like Texas Tech asked high-profile alums like Super Bowl champ Pat Mahomes to make the moment both teachable and memorable.
We've all had to take a moment and learn to adjust to these new challenges. And when the odds are stacked
12
against us,
police
we make
brutality complaints against Chauvin and the Minneapolis office.
No one will be more
conduct intense testing.
Restarting our measure of normalcy.
They are listed as closed, non-public, or no
But Jimmy Bombast, Gozi, and DJ address those again.
An opportunity to start to think about the kind of world that we want to remake.
Teachable was no issue. But this year, memorable was. Erin Sanzone's family in New Jersey wanted to mark her graduation from the University of North Carolina with a one-of-a-kind speaker. The 82-year-old grandfather, Tony, checked that box quite nicely. Very successful lady, my good brother and your sister. Creating a memory the graduate will carry for life. Jim Maxwell, CBS News.
Well done, and congratulations to all the graduates. We will be right back.
If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and a high risk for fracture, now might not be the best time to ask yourself, am I bone strong? Life's full of make or break moments. That's why it's so important to help reduce your risk of fracture with Prolia. Only Prolia is proven to help strengthen and protect bones from fracture with one shot every 6 months.
Do not take Prolia if you have low blood calcium, are pregnant, are allergic to it, or take Xgeva. Serious allergic reactions like low blood pressure, trouble breathing, throat tightness, fixed lip or tongue swelling, rash, itching, or hives have happened. Tell your doctor about dental problems, as severe jaw bone problems may happen, or new or unusual pain in your hip or in your thigh, as unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred. Speak to your doctor before stopping, skipping, or delaying Prolia, as spine and other bone fractures have occurred. Prolia can cause serious side effects like low blood calcium, serious infections, which could need hospitalization, skin problems, and severe bone, joint, or muscle pain.
Are you ready? Ask your doctor how Prolia can help strengthen your bones.
80% of bacteria in your mouth aren't even on teeth.
80%?
Colgate Total is different. It fights bacteria in your whole mouth, protecting 100% of the mouth surfaces. Colgate Total, antibacterial protection for a healthier mouth.
I recommend Nature Made vitamins. Trust their quality. They were the first to have a vitamin verified by USP, an independent organization. Purity standards.
Nature Made, the #1 pharmacist-recommended vitamin supplement brand.
Capital One knows life. You about your credit card. So you email the Capital One assistant who looks up your history by surprise you and helps you fix it. What's in your wallet?
Finding the right drop for dry eyes can be overwhelming. You want relief that lasts. Soothe XP from Bausch & Lomb. Soothe XP helps restore the eye's lipid layer to sealing moisture and protect against further irritation. Soothe XP, right choice for dry eyes.
On tomorrow, this evening news ahead of the SpaceX launch, Steve Hartman catches up with a woman inspired by her school's rocket club. Spoiler alert, her career is taking off. And if you can't watch us live, don't forget to set your DVR so you can watch us later. Well, that's tonight's CBS Evening News. I'm Nora O'Donnell in Washington. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. Stay safe and have a good week.
From Minnesota's most watched station, WCCO4 News starts now with breaking news.
This is a live shot from Sky 4 showing you the crowd that has gathered recently near the 3rd Police Precinct in South Minneapolis. This is at Lake at Minnehaha. Police recently have fired tear gas into the crowd. We're told tensions are heating up a bit in that area. The crowd is protesting the death of George Floyd, who was killed following his arrest by Minneapolis police officers on Monday. Thanks for watching WCC right now on CBSN Minnesota. Late this afternoon, Governor Tim Walz activated the act. He said it is to protect people following night of violence and fires in South Minneapolis.
Yeah, as you saw, protesters reacting to the death of George Floyd. He died 3 days ago after a Minneapolis police officer held his knee on Floyd's neck. Mariel Mose is in downtown Minneapolis right now, where a rally is underway. Hi, Al.
Hey, Amelia, this so far peaceful protest has been going on for the last hour in front of the Hennepin County Government Center. Take a look at this crowd behind me. They're the past demands. They want all 4 officers to be arrested. They want them to be charged. And they're asking for a special prosecutor. So far, they've just been hearing speeches, threats, This organization, or this protest has been mainly put on by the
Okay,
organization.
isn't the FBI being a part of this investigation?
This crowd is certainly expansive, it takes up the whole plaza, even though it's
FBI.
restrictions, but they're being.
So, well, I mean, but still, it's not just like some,
They're not gonna do anything anyway. Here's what they end up doing.
We'll send it back to you.
If,
All right, thank you.
if they bring federal charges,
Here's
it'll
another
be,
mention of place this evening.
something about fucking, not giving him his fucking, civil rights. I forget what they were talking about. You know what they're gonna get for that?
This
Nothing.
vigil is
Not a
happening on
fucking
Italia
thing.
Boulevard.
So what'll end up happening is the FBI will fucking
Well,
end
the
up
over of
charging,
South Minneapolis, or at the center of the
charging,
George Floyd death investigation.
federal, and you they'll end up
One
being a
doesn't play
fucking,
call
go to a
place because
country
he
club
believed that
prison
employees
for
accounted
6
for
months
$20
and
bills
they'll
to
be
buy
done.
cigarettes. Fred
That's
Chapman
what'll
shares
happen.
his story only on WCCO.
That's the out. After, if they don't fight, after everything happens.
A very pleasant
That's what it
individual
should be.
and a very peaceful individual.
Cup Foods owner Micah Boniali says for 31 years, his family has called his South Minneapolis community home. He knows many of his customers by name, and George Floyd was no different.
We're upset why the authorities have not taken action in bringing the killers of George Floyd to
Just
justice,
arrest
why they haven't been arrested. That's our biggest concern. That would cool a lot of things down.
That would shut it all down.
No, I don't believe in using violence to influence. I think they should just carry on with the investigation right there.
Just like everybody else would have to carry on with the investigation. If I murdered somebody, you know where I would be? In fucking jail. And that's where they should be. If I don't pay my parking tickets, you know where I go? To jail.
So
Why aren't these motherfuckers in jail? That's what these people are pissed off about.
Wants us to know where from. This time it was different. In fact, who tried to Floyd, officers had him down.
My nephew was also
No, I agree as far as it doesn't, this cost should be, if everything is as,
Mike says
you
he's
know,
determined to help
The
his community fight for
two
justice.
that held him down and the one that stood watch
we
should
stand
also be.
solidarity with our black community. We don't just work there, we are there, we live there. We've been there for 31 years and we're gonna be there for another 31 years.
Rich Chapman, WCCO Forums.
Mike is
just
on for
doesn't want
today's
to
funeral
store-
expenses for Floyd.
I said, he just doesn't want to store
Today,
birds,
we'll show you more in just a moment, but just about an hour ago, Mayor Melvin Carter says the death of George Floyd never should have happened.
Our community in St. Paul, as communities around the country, are feeling shock, are feeling rage, are feeling sad, are feeling anger, and we're seeing that spill out in a number of ways that unfortunately are very counterproductive.
There were problems in the Midway neighborhood of St. Paul today. That's where Susan Elizabeth Littlefield is live right now. What's happening now?
Well, Frank, it's been a very busy day and it's still busy. I'm going to show you exactly what's happening right now. This is the Target in Midway. Over my shoulder, you can see right here, crowds are gathered. They've been attempting to get inside the Target, but St. Paul police have been standing outside. They prevented that from happening. But we've seen a lot of damage to other stores. You know, I talked to protesters today who do this the peaceful way, but it's come to this. Arrived on scene, the chaos was clear. People ran from stores with full arms, passionate voices. Elric, a St. Paul resident, came to observe and led us through the Midway mayhem.
What is the way to react now? When we weren't setting fires and we weren't burning down buildings, all you said is just, it takes time. Well, the time's up.
As hundreds loaded up, dozens stood and looked on in the wake of George Floyd's death.
A lot of stuff is. Everybody screamed until it stopped. They cried and screamed murder until it stopped. Can't take a knee, can't fucking protest at the governor's mansion. This is what happens when you fucking, when you stop from protesting. Peacefully protest. When you make peaceful protest impossible, this is what happens.
Now you're upset. An anger flowed as crowds cleared out a shoe store, a pawn shop, a GameStop, and onto Super Target, where officers were for the first time visibly guarding the store. Some said the protesters went too far.
This is like a
the corporate store.
I mean, isn't that you can take all of this man and get judgments and have people's voices be heard?
But justice, he says, has seemed elusive for a long, long time.
This is not the beginning of it. It's not the end of it. You just gotta change what you're doing and hope to God that it makes a piece of somebody's life.
Now, St. Paul police tell me there's 19
Protest
different
up
locations
on
in
Trent
St. Paul
Target
that they've
and
been monitoring. They said they're trying to escalate, de-escalate things, but they said that it's reached a boiling point. So they've been setting off canisters and tear gas, which is one that landed not far from us about 30 minutes ago. So they're still working the situation. They plan to be out here. And like Elric said,
Well, it's just,
now this situation is far.
it's just like I said yesterday,
All right, so Elizabeth live.
the natural progression is for something like that to end up in violence. And that's the most violence our country's really seen, is that type of violence.
Live outside the FBI office in Brooklyn Center right now.
And that's what they do. That's how it works.
Well, Frank, I think a lot of
It
people maybe
happens over and over
disappointed what they
again.
heard from this news conference. Heard basically was an assessment that they were working very hard on this case. What a lot of people were hoping to hear was maybe
The
an
guy
arrest.
he has was going down the street with a pickup with a bunch of junk on it. So
They'll look at this news conference and say, wow, that was pretty impressive. The
Yeah,
U.S.
exactly.
attorney was here. The head of the
Somebody
local
was a
FBI
pain
was
right
here. Mike Freeman, the Hennepin County attorney was here. The head of the BCA was
When
here.
that car was
But
back
you
by
don't
yours,
see news
that's on the
conferences
right.
like this ever. But will that matter to those demonstrators in the street who are angry and want justice right away? The press conference started almost 2 hours late. At the end, the U.S. Attorney Erica McDonald offered a tad clue that they were hoping to something more, but they couldn't say what.
I can only ask you to trust me that it mattered, and that I hope that I can fill you in on that at the appropriate time, which I
And we ask people to be patient. We have to do this right, and that's what we'll.
That was County Attorney Mike basically saying that he can't screw this up. He wants to make sure that all his ducks are in a row. That was a line from U.S. Attorney Erica McDonald. And they cited the Freddie Gray case in Baltimore. That was a case where there were charges against a number of officers and all of them were acquitted. County Attorney Mike Freeman says that's an example of prosecutors rushing to have a prosecution in one of these cases and it not going well. So a lot of assurances, but will it be enough for those on the streets who are protesting?
We'll find out. Esme, thank you. Well, after a night of chaos and violence in Minneapolis, an emotional mayor is calling for peace.
Yeah. Today, we must believe that we can be better than we have been.
The mayor was joined by other city officials. City Council Mary Jenkins says the trauma being felt by the community has been building for decades. She is calling for calm and asking for a state of emergency to fight racism.
The chaos turned deadly last night. The man was shot and a business owner is under arrest. The community came to help clean up the area around East Lake Street and Bloomington Avenue. It's where people threw objects at businesses and where we're told an owner opened fire, killing a man there for the protest. Here's WCCO's Jennifer Mayerly.
The glass, the debris still on the ground, a reminder of the unrest and another life lost. People were still at work along East Lake Street when the crowds came by the hundreds, throwing objects, damaging businesses. When shots rang out, they witnessed that too.
I went outside, I was recording when I see a guy falling right here in front of the restaurant.
Hector Hernandez says he watches officers perform CPR.
They didn't want to let it go. It was keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it.
They continued their efforts inside Abby's Cafe, away from the crowd.
And my girls was just crying, like, Ceci, he's dead, the man is dead.
We're told a business owner opened fire. He's under arrest. The man died at the hospital.
I'm in tears.
People who live nearby came to help clean up, to do their small part during a time of turmoil.
I think the man was murdered. But why destroy all these other small businesses? You're only hurting more minorities.
Zaire says he believes this, broken and shattered, is how people feel.
The city looks like this. It's a reflection of how people feel abused by the government, society, police officers.
But no one wanted the rioting to end this way.
I'm just upset that someone else had to die. I don't think it had to get to that point. I don't think we proved the point by that.
In South Minneapolis, Jennifer Mayerly, WCCO News.
The name of the man killed has not yet been released. The suspect has been arrested but not charged.
Here's a look outside on a clear, sunny, and bit of a windy day. Chris Schaefer joins us live from his home. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hey guys, well, good news is we kept the heat that we had yesterday. We had a high of 78, today 79, but you can feel the humid air has been scoured out up here. It feels so much nicer, and it really will tonight if you go to bed with your windows open. It's 75 in the Twin Cities right east that will settle down as we head into the overnight. We're in for a bit of a cooling trend. I'll let you know how long our highs will stay below average and when we bounce back to the 80s.
Hey, thank you, Chris. Miriam Lowe's is live downtown covering a peaceful protest, and we are told right now that she's going to join us.
We want to get back to Elk because some of those folks we understood were on the move from the government center, maybe marching downtown. If we're not able to do that now, we'll certainly bring you updates later on in the show.
Well, protests spread from the police precinct to nearby businesses last night.
The fires burned into the morning and the looting continued throughout the day. The message some people want to send moving forward.
And the destruction went beyond the Lake Street area. Which businesses were hit hardest in uptown Minneapolis?
Need a safe plumber? Home Bunyan Plumbing has live operators 24 hours a day. Home is dancing because no one's watching. Home is a reason to disturb the peace. Home is laughter. At Stanley Steamer, we love homes, and we know that a clean home. We're ready when you are.
Hi, Dan Stoltz here with Spire. I'm out to see Paul with his sweet 57 Chevy. So Paul, when you walk into Spire, how do they make you feel?
It's so friendly and call you by your first name.
Why was it so important for you to get a 57?
Second car I had was a 57, and ever since then, I've always wanted a 57 Chevy.
You need a loan pretty quickly to get this car. How did Spire help you get that?
It was just amazing how fast I got to my car. If it wasn't for them, it was a drive.
Shields All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for exercise gear, to get working out, or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style. Take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and like no place you've ever shopped before.
Attention, anyone at Medicare. Did you know you may now be eligible for additional Medicare-approved benefits, including dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage? Just call the toll-free number on your screen now to see if you qualify. The Medicare Benefits and Questions line is now open to help anyone on Medicare make sure you are getting the benefits you deserve. Just call 800-591-7476 now to find out if you're eligible for a Medicare Advantage plan that includes additional benefits like free hearing aids, free eyeglasses, free meal delivery, and free rides to medical appointments. You may also be eligible for $0 monthly premium, $0 deductibles, or no copays. Just call the toll-free number on your screen now to see if you qualify for additional benefits including dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. There is no obligation to enroll. The call and Medicare benefits review are absolutely free. Just call 800-591-7476. 800-591-7476.
In these extraordinary times, it's appreciated being outside. Buy the Yard is here to help you turn your backyard into a much-needed oasis. A place to create positive memories in 2020 and beyond. Go to buytheyard.net, click on the Yardscape, then deck and patio planner, and you can actually lay out furniture for the specific size and shape of your own space. Explore different products and colors, then order from the safety of your home or call us for assistance. Buytheyard.net, helping families enjoy being together at home.
At Stanley Steamer, we love homes. It's why we started cleaning them over 70 years ago, and why we still continue today. Whatever home needs to do, we'll bring you what you want to make sure your space is clean for you and the ones you care about most are safe.
Sunday night movies are back. CBS.
Yes.
Not just me. Paramount Studios. Popcorn and reality blockbusters. How about we all watch a pretty movie? CBS Sunday night movies are back on CBS.
And a full video about it 2 weeks ago.
You're watching
What's that?
He broke something on his truck when he hit that.
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it
Responded
was.
to about 30 fires last night.
Oh, I just know that, where's the hole exactly?
Buildings from what we can see, it looks to be a total.
Right by the back tire of my truck.
Okay, well, that's only when that went by, that one was on, you know, in front of your vehicles there. That's when I heard the bang, that's why I asked. Just some loaded shit fell off of it or something. Or there was stuff sticking out too, I saw that parked up by the office.
I was here last night.
I saw that load before.
And it just, last night, it just got completely unbearable. And it's that I'm hoping that the next rally that we have can be a peaceful protest. You know, we shouldn't have to go through this. We shouldn't do this. This is our neighborhood. Now, what Target is you gonna go to? What club are you gonna go to? Now you gotta go out your neighborhood now, you know, to get something to eat. And we shouldn't do that. You know, these are innocent people.
The impact of last night's rioting left a trail of destruction beginning at the 3rd Precinct and down Lake Street, traveling for 3 miles.
It ended in the Uptown area that was also badly damaged. Businesses in the Lynn Lake and Calhoun Square areas had their windows broken. Some were also looted. Kate Reddit spoke to business owners who were cleaning up the aftermath.
This is really bad.
Lloyd came to his jewelry store early on Thursday to start cleaning up. He arrived to find his storefront littered with glass and bullet casings. Inside, nothing.
All sorts of types of jewelry, you know, watches, tons of watches. Everything in a jewelry store you can imagine, they got.
The Uptown area is now peppered with businesses with broken windows. When Carter came to help a business owner board up.
I think this is the wrong way to express agitation. However, I really don't know what to give them as a suggestion into expressing themselves.
Down the street near Lake and Hennepin, businesses were closed. The Apple Store with its iconic glass storefront was damaged. Sephora inside had been ransacked, and several businesses had been broken into.
Easily 600 people.
David lives in the area.
This reminded me of the Rodney King riots that we had in Los Angeles when I lived there. That reminded me of the Northridge earthquake when our city was just completely destroyed.
Employees and residents all say they are hoping for peace.
It's a very sad day for Minneapolis.
The owner of Thurston Jewelers told me he estimates they lost hundreds of thousands of dollars in goods. I asked him how he and other small businesses that were damaged would survive, considering many of them had been closed down during the stay-at-home order. He simply told me, we'll be okay. Reporting in Minneapolis, Kate Reddit, WCCO 4 News.
And keep watching WCCO on TV and online. We will have continuing coverage of this developing story.
Well, let's shift gears and get to Chris Schaefer. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, Frank Amelia, today was warmer than average with a high of 79, but I want to flash back to 2 years ago, see if you remember this heat wave we had going on. On May 24th, we had a high of 92 degrees. The very next day, we hit 90. Over Memorial Weekend, the Saturday and Sunday, we hit the 90s again. 94 on the Saturday, 91 on the Sunday. And on Memorial Day, which fell on the 28th, we hit 100 degrees. Do you remember that? It was a cooker, and we did have one more 90 mark on the 29th before we finally cooled down a bit. So today was 79, not even close, but still above average. At least we had the sunshine today. Clouds were persistent down in southeastern Minnesota, at least no rain this time. And more clouds have been moving in up to the north as well. But for most of us, we had the bright sunshine. And some very, very comfortable air. Look how much lower the dew points now compared to 24 hours ago. If you remember, they were hanging in the 60s. It was pretty sticky, and they dropped 22 degrees. Mankato, the dew point, is 32 degrees cooler right now. These are very dry dew points in the 30s. That's very comfortable. You can open up the windows tonight and enjoy that fresh air. The temperatures are still pretty mild, at least in the southern half of the state, 75 in the Twin Cities. But if you look up to the north, you see the cooler air. In fact, Bemidji has dropped back to 56. That cool air is coming our way. It's riding those strong northwest winds. So tomorrow will be notably cooler, still not humid, but we do keep that beautiful sunshine. So how cool will it be? I think upper 60s. That's about 5 degrees below average. So not a cold day, and it will be a beautiful looking. Not quite as breezy as today, more like 8 to 12 miles per hour. And as we get to the weekend, we should warm it a degree or two on Saturday. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s to around 70 across much of the state, and it looks like we should stay dry this weekend. There was one little hint of some rain possible in far southwestern Minnesota, but the last couple model runs have yanked that off a little bit farther to the west. So at this point, it looks like we'll all stay dry. As far as Sunday and beyond, we warm up again. Mid-70s, that's back up above average. Dry weekend, maybe some rain coming in on Monday with another shot on Wednesday. But I'll tell you what, it will get very warm. I think we're heading for the 80s. We've only done that once so far, if you were. It's also going to start to feel a bit humid on Monday, and then it will just be hot and humid Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly into Thursday.
Bring it on.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Need a safe plumber? Home Bunyan Plumbing has live operators 24 hours a day.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Luther White Bear Subaru is open for sales and service. Shop us online at whitebearsubaru.com and choose from hundreds of new Subarus. White Bear Subaru, the #1 volume Subaru dealer in Minnesota.
I didn't choose this exact type of metastatic breast cancer, but I did pick clarity by knowing I have treatment that goes right at it.
Discover Piqray, a treatment that specifically targets PIK3CA mutations in HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC. Piqray is taken with fulvestrant after progression of hormone therapy and helps people live longer without disease progression. Do not take Piqray if you've had severe allergic reactions to it or any of its ingredients. Piqray can cause serious effects, including severe allergic and skin reactions, high blood sugar levels, or it can be severe, and pneumonitis. Tell your doctor right away if you have symptoms of severe allergic reactions or high blood sugar while taking Piqray. Your doctor will monitor your blood sugar before and during treatment, and more often if you have type 2 diabetes. Before starting, tell your doctor if you have a history of
Amy
diabetes, skin reactions,
declined to prosecute officer at Center of George Floyd's death after previous conduct.
Vomiting, weight loss, hair loss, and changes in some blood tests. Ask your doctor about Piqray.
Luther Direct, a safe, convenient way to service your vehicle. First, visit us online and see your vehicle for pickup. You'll receive a text with an Uber-like app to coordinate and monitor our driver. Next, our technicians will get to work and notify you of any repairs needed. Once complete, review and pay online. Then we'll disinfect the high-touch areas and return your car. It's that easy. Prefer to drop off? No problem. Use our no-contact service drop-off and pickup. Service made simple.
Welcome. Your dealer is open. You love shoes, and we do too.
You won't find brands this amazing anywhere else.
And we've dropped our prices.
Whoa! Sandals under $20.
The lowest prices you've ever seen.
And while you're getting all those crazy good deals, we'll be keeping you extra safe with designated try-on areas and social distancing measures.
Looking for the best shoe store ever? The hunt is over.
Moving day doesn't have to be scary. You Move Me is your local professional movers. On time, uniformed, and friendly.
If you hate moving, you'll love us.
Go to YouMoveMe.com now, the Twin Cities' favorite local movers. Never fear moving day again. Luther White Bear Subaru is open for sales and service. Shop us online at whitebearsubaru.com and choose from hundreds of new Subarus. White Bear Subaru, the #1 volume Subaru dealer in Minnesota.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
A dark morning for this state, for this city. Protests have turned very peaceful, very panicked.
So many other people know that part of this message will get lost in so much of this violence.
The situation is changing by the minute.
Watch CBS at Minnesota on Roku. It's so easy. Go to WCCO.com/Roku for step-by-step instructions.
Let's check back with Mariel Lowe. She is with the rally in downtown Minneapolis that started at the Government Center and we understand now is on the move.
Yes, Amelia, they made their way down Nicollet Mall, and now they're coming down Cork here, and they're turning the corner right in front of City Hall on 3rd Avenue. They are just marching and chanting. There's been no violence. This has been a very peaceful march so far. Again, it began at the government center at 5 o'clock, and it's now almost 6:30, and they are continuing, and they started marching about 15 minutes ago. As we march, we're seeing a lot of the buildings in downtown Minneapolis being boarded up, or have already been boarded up, preparing for
So we would not be there.
tonight. But this is not a violent protest. This has been very peaceful so far, as you see them, as the crowd continues to march its way down 4th and in front of City Hall. I'll send it back to you guys. Thank you, Al.
That's apparently found this pistol in St. Paul right now. He wants to read it to the Solomon shot. This is the Midway neighborhood. We showed you what was happening at a Target earlier, where police were in front of that Target store. And now we see firefighters putting out this fire, and you can see several police surrounding the firefighters trying to protect them. This is happening across from the Target in the Midway near University Avenue in St. Paul. This fire just began shortly. It looks like a Napa Auto Parts store.
That's what we're being told, that is the Napa Auto Parts store.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that as well.
Okay.
We're gonna go to Mike
Can you
Max
help
right
me on the
now
wall,
to see what's going on in Women's sports. Maxie?
Yeah, all kinds of everyone is turning up.
I don't know.
The turmoil that touches Minneapolis touches everyone, including us. Sean Bone and Royce White grew up here and were both first round draft choices into the NBA. We'll bring you their story of the protest last night tonight at 10.
All right. Thank you, Maxie, and thank you for joining us.
We'll cut in if need be this evening. If not, have a good evening. Will Fortune's coming up next, and we'll see you back here at 10.
These are extraordinary times, and we want to thank the extraordinary people in the healthcare community working to care for all of us. At Novartis, we promise to do our part. As always, we're doing everything we can to help keep Cosentyx accessible and affordable. If you have any questions at all, call us, email us, visit us online. We're here to help support you when you need us. Take care and be well. To learn more, call 1-844-COSENTYX or visit Cosentyx.com.
Putting others first, that's a hero. Alina Health honors first responders and frontline workers all over Minnesota.
I
Show
got
your
set
gratitude
up
for these heroes by
so that
uploading
she
their photo
gets
today
in
at
all of
www.com/hero.
Here's to the road ahead. Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Right now, Toyota is offering 0% financing for 60 months on 8 of our most popular Toyotas, like Camry, RAV4, and Tacoma. You can even shop and buy online from the comfort of your home. Many Toyota service centers are open to help keep your vehicle in top shape and may even offer no-contact vehicle drop-off.
All from the brand you trust, today and tomorrow. Toyota.
There are days when nothing runs smoothly. As the old saying goes, when it rains, it pours. You can do everything right.
Thank you.
But sometimes, that's not enough. And for days like that, there's 1-800-ASK-GARY. If you've been injured in a car accident, get the settlement you deserve.
Affiliate of Physicians Group LLC, DO and DC owned.
Zero. The smallest number can now make for the biggest savings at Hyundai. With zero interest for up to 84 months. Zero payments for 90 days. And thanks to Hyundai Insurance, zero worries with 3 years of complimentary maintenance.
Hi.
It's the
Doc
final
checked my
days of the
phone and
Memorial
said
Day
there's
sales
nothing
event.
locked on.
But hurry, before the clock hits, well, you know, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Santa Fe or Elantra, or 0% APR for 84 months on the Tucson. Visit buyhyundai.com.
No, it says there's nothing left.
Let's talk
It
data.
says there's
Only
nothing
Xfinity
left.
Mobile lets you switch up your wireless data whenever. I
So,
accept. 5G.
I
Everybody's
don't
talking
know.
about how I get it.
Everyone gets 5G with our new data
I don't
options
know.
at no extra cost.
That's
I
good.
have been
Next
busy
item,
working
corner
though,
offices
but
for
not,
everyone. You just have to make more
not
corner
every
offices built.
minute.
Chad, your wireless, your goals. Only with Xfinity Mobile. That's simple, easy, awesome. Switch and save up to $400 a year on your wireless
I
bill.
do
Plus,
a
get
lot of
$200
guys
off the new
moving.
Samsung
I
Galaxy
do other
S20
stuff
Ultra.
too. During the winter,
Naturals
it's
has in stock
shit.
now a highly protective face covering in
But
both adult and child
other
sizes.
stuff
Get 3
too.
layers of cotton polyester cloth infused with nano silver
Other
technology to block particles. Order now at boomernaturals.com. Free
Yeah,
shipping
today I
and
put
money
in
order
the
over
word
$50.
because
Wheel of Fortune on
in the office.
WCCO Channel 4 is sponsored by Grand Casino.
But anyway, that's what I do
From the
now.
date nights to the late nights.
It's kind of my deal with the doors.
But mostly,
And then also, sometimes we do a lot of windows too. And then I do like the inside. And then maybe like a thing that kind of takes care of the outside. Gets the window up there. So I'll do that, and then, then it just kind of goes into just, you know, kind of just about anything else.
Assuming you want to win some money, $1,000 what we're giving away here in our first toss-up. Praise is
Yeah,
the category.
he's got plenty of work. I get plenty of hours in. When I go into this one place, okay, there's these real nice, townhouses. And they're on a lake and stuff. And when you work there, you gotta wear masks. Well, I have to inside, but they have to outside too. Outside that, I
For a
do.
small chain of restaurants around Tucson, I do things like help design menu items, put together ingredients.
Well, it looks like it sounds like they're gonna make it around.
Yes, I am.
Well, you're
I'm
gonna
still
sit here
single myself,
talking
but
about
my older brothers just can't stop having kids. They must have 5 or 6 at this point. Well, I do love to spoil them rotten. It's a lot of fun.
All right, they know how that works.
Okay, was that just in Minneapolis or in St. Paul area? Okay, well, that's what I thought it was.
From Cleveland, which I believe is Ohio.
Yes.
You're a librarian there.
I am. You have the library card pass?
Do you know, I haven't had a library card in a long time. I confess, I'm ashamed to admit, I could easily have lied to you, but I never lied to a librarian.
Okay.
But librarians are
Yeah.
libraries, you use it kind of different ways.
Absolutely, yeah. In my job, I work in the public library. I get.
Well, yeah, that's lucky you gotta go a lot of places. Yeah.
And you're not all library because you enjoy pub trivia.
That's correct.
And this
Well, that just
place
includes
ukulele.
the except
I do. I
for
learned from the library
the
actually,
too.
so I could teach ukulele classes to teenagers.
Not good, yeah. Good luck to you.
Yeah.
Tina
Mhm.
Gamble, Mountjoy, Pennsylvania. Originally from Baltimore, want to get the hometown. You know?
Yes, absolutely. And I'm a big Ravens fan. I love my team, so
Yeah.
I'm always cheering them on.
There you go. What do you
It's like what? It's like
In
what?
Mountjoy, so I'm a continuous improvement project manager for an electronics component manufacturer.
Uh-huh.
And I'm told you're a fine
I
mini
see.
golfer.
I love mini golf, so I've been to 3 different courses in 3 different states, and I'm no good at it, but it at least lets me laugh at myself.
Yeah, we'll laugh with
Yeah.
you. It's okay. All right, get ready, everybody. We'll do another toss-up. This is worth $2,000. Living thing, the category. Here we go.
Yeah. Well, I guess there's even trouble even on the east side in St. Paul.
Anthony.
Elephant seal.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So we get both the toss-ups, which means we'll start this first round, and the category for it is person. Let's see that spin, Anthony. $900.
N.
There are 2 ends.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'd like to buy a vowel. An A.
Let's see, can we do that? I think so. Yeah, 3 A's looks like.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Nine.
E.
Well, that's pretty much
Yeah,
what's
4
happening.
E's. We
Yeah.
already have over $5,000.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
7. 1 S, yeah.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
Which one is that?
An E.
3 E's.
Yeah.
700.
T.
2 T's.
Yeah.
Well, you're very well, Anthony. I bet it's $7,000 right there now already.
I'd like to solve the puzzle.
Okay.
Devoted husband and father.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
And uncle. Don't forget uncle.
Exactly.
There you go.
Hmm.
Wow. So far, it's been all that.
Yep.
Awesome. $7,000 out here. $10,000. Now, you have the right to leave now or come back to the next round.
I think I'll keep going.
Okay. It's a new rule, I guess. Just
Mm-hmm.
we'll be right back. Have you signed up for our cool newsletters? They're full of interesting stuff.
Like chances to win.
Puzzles and games.
Clips from the show.
Surprise messages from Dana and
Now on WheelOfFortune.com.
What do you think about this message, Trina?
Needs more vowels.
They're so expensive.
Homes Memorial.
Yeah, I usually been trying to go up north every
30%
weekend
store-wide,
just to
plus
get away
no interest financing until 2023.
chill
Shop in the
out a
store
little
by
bit.
appointment or online, plus free no contact.
And just chill out a little bit, you know, nice to get
Family
away.
to yours, we want to encourage you to keep going. Keep protecting what's most.
So I'll send you a picture of, did I advertise you to get that other lot in mind? Go through the sea?
Keep supporting the people.
Okay, did I tell you I got it?
Keep staying together while staying apart.
Well, anyway, you can stand in the yard there and see the sea.
American Family Insurance is beyond my personal
You
auto
see the
insurance
sea.
customer. We're there to help them keep going. Being here when you need us.
I'll send you a picture. There's like this other lot in front with a lot of brush and stuff on it. But if you look a little bit to the side, either way, and expand the picture, you can see the sea. Oh, and when that lot's getting cleared, so then when that lot gets cleared, it'll be better.
Feel your best. Call 855.
Yeah, Victor's clearing that one. Well, see, he got that one from the government. We had talked about this a long time ago. This has been a long time coming. He was gonna get a lot from the government, you know, and, sell it to me, close to the sea.
Tonight's Bed and Breakfast Show is brought to you by the following.
And so he did it.
Build your dog's fresh food plan at thefarmersdog.com.
And he's getting a lot in front of it now too, so I don't know what's gonna happen there. You better not build a high place and block my view.
Visit TryFarmers.
So I might buy that one too.
50% off your first box.
So, yeah, but that's so cool, this standing there in the yard and see the sea.
Do you have concerns about mild memory loss related to aging? Prevagen is the #1 pharmacist recommended memory support brand. Prevagen, healthier brain.
So,
better
and outside that, I just want to recommend you that.
Category this time is
Yeah.
before and after, and we're gonna let someone else spin the wheel here. Maybe Mary Ann.
Yeah.
Let's see, 900, yeah.
T.
1 T.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
2 of those.
I'll buy an A.
And we have A.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
700.
N.
1 N. Not bad enough. You have $1,100.
I'd like to buy an I.
3 I's.
Yeah.
The only problem is this wheel sometimes does that.
Well, they'll do
Don't
it.
worry about it. Tia, your turn.
Oh,
R.
Yeah, there is an R. Pick up that trip. Massachusetts vacation. Put it right down there, and then tell us what you want to do.
I'm spinning plate.
900.
mm-hmm.
H.
2 H's.
Yeah.
I'd like an E.
All right.
Yeah.
There are no more vowels left yet, so from this point on, you have to spin it or solve it.
Yeah, well, that's good.
I'm gonna solve.
Okay.
Love is in the air.
Yeah.
Love is in the air.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anthony, it's your turn. All right.
And that would be a win-win, but then instead of just a win.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy. Wow. Well, Mary Ann, guess what? You can turn here.
Yeah.
What an interesting turn of events. What letter would you like?
L.
Yeah, 1 L. We're $3,500.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
S.
1 S. Pick that up, please. That's
Mhm.
$1,000 cash, courtesy of Dancing
Yeah.
with Bagels. So you've got that. You have $4,000 sitting in front of
Yeah.
you.
Mhm.
500.
V.
I got that one. V. Well, what letter would you like?
C.
Never in doubt. Yes, there is a C.
Pat, I like to solve the
Let's
puzzle.
pick up that wild card. And there you go. Might as well do that.
Mhm.
Go ahead and solve it.
Love is in the air hockey.
Now we're talking.
No, I don't know what's the, it's hard to see. Where I work, he's so far behind on work. We got work for a long time anyway. Yeah. But I don't know.
Can you solve this
Yeah.
puzzle from 1997? It's a phrase.
Yeah.
We'll give you the answer when we come back, right after this.
Yeah. Mhm.
Wheel of Fortune
How many
.com
people are working
presents
there?
Wheel Bingo. Go to our site and access your bingo card to play along with America's game. Look out for
Oh, I
letters,
see.
wedges, and even Santa clapping to mark off your board. And don't forget the magic word when you get 5 in a row. Bingo.
Here's the great puzzle solution. Keep watching Wheel
Yeah.
for more classic puzzles.
Earn a 25-cent high-value saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
Yeah.
There are lots of ways to take care of yourself. And at TCC, we believe finances are
Yeah.
a big part of that. It's why we make it easy with digital banking tools.
Yeah, I don't know.
savings, and
Long
checking.
term, for me, doesn't matter that
That
much.
way, financial
I'd
wellness
like
is right
to,
at your
I'd like to
fingertips.
keep busy, the summer into the fall.
Helping you take care of you.
Right, I'm expecting to stay
Shields
away.
All Sports Store is your one stop for everything outdoors, with local experts eager to guide you through the widest selection of brands. Your one stop for
Yeah.
exercise gear to get working out or fashions for going out. And your one stop for footwear in your size, your style, yours to take home today. Shields, employee owned, community minded, and no place you've ever shopped
Mhm.
before. Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday and Saturday. Only at Hy-Vee.
What fun and games that we're looking for this time. That's the category. It's also our prize puzzle round. And Tia, let's go here.
Mhm. Yeah.
600.
N.
1 N. Yeah. $500.
Mhm.
T.
Yep, 2 T's.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
What?
E.
Do we have any E's up there, madam? Yeah, we do. Looks like there's 1, 2,
Yeah.
3 of them.
I'd like to buy another vowel. A.
1A. Wow, that was close. 600.
H.
She's amused by close. That was like, yeah, 1A. Yeah.
L.
1L. Now 1 by 1, we're getting there. $2,300.
I'd like to buy an I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi.
Well, it's hard to know what's going to happen, you know?
I'll buy another vowel. O.
Pretty
We're doing a
much.
little better with the O's. 4 of them.
I don't know.
And no more vowels.
Yeah.
650.
P.
Yes. 1 P.
Mhm.
R? You did it again, 2 R's.
So what about you, did you and Bill get this anything?
I'm almost $3,500.
Your
No,
trees
no, you can spin
out
it,
there?
you can stir it for a while and get buzzed out.
I'm
What
gonna
is-
solve.
Okay.
Yeah, trees.
Exploring
The
the
birch tree?
bamboo forest.
Yeah, sure. That's it.
All right.
Never end. I love
What kind?
We pretend we don't know it.
What kind?
It's really good. What do you got there? $3,450, and you're going to Maui.
You guys catch the perfect island
Uh-huh.
sunrise as you relish in the quintessential Hawaiian experience at the oceanfront Aston Ka'anapali shores. Situated on 10 acres of white sand beaches, enjoy tropical gardens and flowing waterfalls. $8,250.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all of a sudden you have the lead, $11,700.
Yeah.
Third place player is $6,000 at this stage. Well, we'll be back to play some more.
Dr. Bob, what should I take for back pain? I recommend topical relievers first. Salon. The key patch blocks pain receptors are effective non-addictive relief. And past lidocaine.
So when we come out of this, I can really come out swinging.
Yes, Sleep Number 360 Smart Bed. It stands body adjust. Sleep comfortable, so you'll be ready for anything. It's the final days to save $1,000 on the Sleep Number 360 Special Edition Smart Bed. Now only $17.99 and Sunday.
Welcome! Your DSW store is open. You love shoes, too.
You won't find
What?
brands this amazing anywhere else.
Yeah.
And we've dropped our
Yeah,
prices.
well, I called, but you were already trying to call me.
The
I
lowest
just got your
prices
message.
you've ever seen.
And while you're getting all those crazy good deals, we'll be keeping you extra safe with designated try-on areas and social distancing measures.
Looking for the best shoe store ever? The hunt is over.
Don't you hate getting the runaround from insurance? Stop the running.
Mhm.
TSR Ranger will handle all the insurance hassles so you can
Okay.
focus on getting healthy. If you've been
You want,
injured,
the one thing with pines,
612.
I don't know about these, but, for tree trees, for sharing and for like Christmas trees, timing is very important. Because if you do it at the wrong time, they'll put out like a whole bunch of bugs. And then sometimes they won't put out any, or not enough. So there's a certain time that you should do that. I was reading that for sharing Christmas trees. Well, spruce and balsam don't matter much, but the pines are fussy if you share them at the wrong time, they'll put out too many shoots, side shoots.
LLC.
So for, anyone, so
$2,000 for each of 3 puzzles.
check that
Thing
out.
is the category, and here comes puzzle number 1.
Yeah.
Marianne.
Electric car.
Mhm.
Yeah, there you go.
Can I call you back in a minute?
So you get
Can I-
2,000 bucks up to 8,000. You're gaining ground here, and we have the second of our 3.
Hello?
Here they
Hello?
Hybrid vehicle.
Yeah, well, we split up the money so far. We have one more. This
Hello?
will determine who'll start the next round, and here comes our third toss-up.
Hello?
Anthony.
Monitor truck.
No, everybody else. Marianne.
Monster truck.
Yeah, that's it. Well, this is interesting. Tia has just over 13,000. Other 2 players have 10,000 even. So it is anybody's game, that's for sure. What are you doing is the category for this next round. And Marianne, you won the right to start. $700.
N.
There are 4 N's. A good start it is. $2,800.
Hello?
I like to put an I.
4 I.
New location. Then press clean to start. Please open the iRobot home app
Can you
for help.
help us?
Yeah, that's excellent. You can do that. And now
Uh-huh.
instead of having to spin, it'll be $700 if you can find a letter there.
G.
And you did. 1G, 700 more without the risk of a spin. And your timing was good. Your time is running out. I'll get a real final spin.
I think I'm maybe doing all the time. I'm trying to get in track to go up north. I'm gonna leave after work tomorrow.
So your turn. Let's have a letter.
R.
2 R's.
Yeah.
Driving in online racing.
No, still time.
No, I'll be around tomorrow. I'll be around tomorrow. I'm gonna be down on the working. But if I can meet up with you. Yeah.
Anthony.
S.
You don't know what you're doing tomorrow.
L.
You don't know what you're doing tomorrow, no? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
C.
There's no C.
Okay, well, after work, I can swing by on the way out. If I don't,
M.
you know, right after work.
W.
Yeah. 2 W's.
Okay. Okay, well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it.
Either end.
And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks, man.
Writing
All right.
and online review.
You did it. Wow.
Yeah, well, you're probably over. I don't know what's going on over in Ryan, but I'll be over there. So.
$2,500 and around the big winner, $18,200.
Good.
This is, I feel so badly when I have to turn to the non-winners and say, you only won $10,000. It's great. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
10,000 for you, Anthony.
I'll try and share myself on that.
Good job. Everybody did great. And you came out on top with you, and you're going to pick a category
Yeah.
here. Thing, food and drink, and phrase.
Food and drink.
Uh-huh. See how that choice works out?
Hmm.
You guys going to spin for $100,000 next.
All right. Take it easy.
You have a lot of worries right now.
Mhm.
That's why many of America's biopharmaceutical companies are expanding their assistance programs to help more people, whether you have insurance or not. So hopefully, affording medicine is one less thing you have to worry about. Search our medicine assistance tool at mat.org.
At Sharman, we understand
Hey,
the
Rachel.
last thing you should have to worry about right
Yeah,
now
I'm back.
is
I'm
having enough
back.
toilet paper.
So I'm heading up.
Please
North
know
after
we're
work
working
tomorrow.
around the clock, producing and shipping like never before to get you more Charmin as quickly as possible. In the meantime, from our family to yours, please stay safe. To serve our communities, Charmin is donating $2 million to direct relief.
USAA was made for right now. Right now is a time for action. So for a
Mhm.
second time, we're giving members a
But
credit
those-
on their auto insurance. Because it's the right thing to do.
Those
We're
vehicles
also
are the
giving
ones
payment
that
relief
share the
options to eligible members,
disease.
so they can take care of things like groceries before they worry about their insurance or
Yeah.
credit card bills.
Mhm.
Right
Okay.
now is the time to take care of what matters most. Like we've done together so many times before. Discover all the ways we're helping members at usaa.com/coronavirus.
We're at the movies and we need to silence our phone. Who knows where that
Yeah.
phone is?
Oh, yes, I'm sure. Yeah.
That happens to all of us. We buy a new home and we turn into our parents.
What I
Mhm.
do is help new homeowners overcome this.
Was that adjustable spanner? Good choice, Steve.
Don't forget, you're not assisting him. You hired him. You have nowhere to sit. You're too bad. Who else brings focusing on something great? My dad. Yeah.
Oh, those are.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Mhm.
That.
Mhm. Yeah.
The bonus round is brought to you by Consumer Cellular. Get talk,
Mhm.
text, and data for as low as $20 a month with no contract. Choose from a variety of phones and enjoy reliable nationwide coverage with award-winning customer support.
That's a tough
Okay.
competition there. You came out on top.
I did.
Yes, you did. Over $18,000. Just in the audience with you.
My sister Tamara.
All right, she was pretty
But anyway, I checked into that one time, and the regular seaters, like the Northern White seater, Arbor Viking, and them, they don't carry that disease. Only the other ones.
When they head down this way, you're gonna stop right there. Right there. Okay, you chose food and drink. If my
Mhm.
RSTLNE. Start with those letters. But a lot of letters to uncover, so let's find some more. 3 more consonants, 1 more vowel.
C, H,
Yes.
P,
And a vowel.
Mhm.
A.
Okay. See how those
I'm over it, so.
choices work for you.
Yeah. Mhm.
Audience. Nothing.
Oh, not too much, really. Not too much.
Well, it is food and drink. Talk it out. You never know.
Well,
10
quite a
seconds.
bit.
Good luck.
A bowl of spicy.
Mhm.
A bowl of spicy. Wings? A bowl.
Well, that was it. He had most of it. And of course, we had to fill out last
Mhm.
one, which was gumbo. Yeah.
I actually wanted gumbo.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you don't now. I know it would have been
Yeah.
cool, I guess. What do we have here? We couldn't give away the
Mhm.
37,000. But, I don't think she's all that simple. So at $18,200. Nice job, kid. Thank you.
Mhm.
See right here, look at that.
Check out the all-new collection designed by Bob Mackie, exclusively for
Okay.
Wheel of Fortune. You can even treat
Okay,
yourself to
and
a
then you,
gorgeous
and
meal
then,
like
yeah,
the
be
one
careful,
wearing.
so if you wanna wipe it, be sure you get a white purchase. I see so many of those river birds.
Speaking of spicy gumbo, we both like spicy.
I have a very high tolerance for spice. I've gone to Thai restaurants. I've literally said to the waiter, ask the cook to
It's
try.
funny you never see any yellow
I
birds.
did. That one time we tried. It was done. But I do like spice.
Very spicy.
We agree on almost everything except.
The river,
But we won't talk about that in just a minute. We'll see you next time. So,
Bye.
yeah,
Emotional consideration provided by
yeah,
Meet Jim. For Jim, comfort is king.
yeah.
That's why when it comes to his dentures, only new Polygrip Cushion and Comfort will do. Choose new Polygrip Cushion and Comfort.
Mesothelioma is all we do. For over 10 years, we have offered a free book on mesothelioma. Call 1-800-400-8403.
Mhm. Yeah, I'm gonna plant a little bit this summer.
Hi, I'm Brian from
I'm gonna plant a little bit this summer.
That's it.
I don't know, just
Can you point to it,
like,
please? That's it, right.
strawberry
You
raspberry.
make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
Shop Memorial Day sale in-store by appointment or online at Home Seasonal Concepts with the largest selection of in-stock outdoor furnishings like this 5-piece spider table, just $9.99 plus no interest financing until 2023. Home Seasonal Concepts Memorial Day sale.
0. The smallest number can now make for the biggest savings at Hyundai. With 0 interest for up to 84 months. 0 payments for 90 days.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there, I'm doing that or what?
warnings with 3 years of complimentary maintenance. It's the final days of the Memorial Day sales event. But hurry, before the clock hits, well, get 0% APR for 72 months on the Santa Fe or Elantra, or 0% APR for 84 months on the Tucson. Visit buyhyundai.com today.
Let's go there, door.
Trust Toyota to be here for you.
Right now, Toyota is offering 0%
Oh,
financing
wow.
for 60 months on a new 2020 RAV4. Or you can lease it RAV4 for $229 a month. You can
How-
even shop and
how-
buy online from the comfort of your
How
home.
big
Many
a
Toyota Super
bird
Centers
is
are
that?
open to help keep your vehicle in top shape and may even offer
Yeah.
no-contact vehicle drop-off.
All from the brand you trust
Mhm.
today and tomorrow. Toyota.
Hmm.
Homes Memorial Day sale. Save up to
Yeah.
30% store-wide. Plus, get no interest financing until
Yeah.
2023. Shop in the store by appointment or online. Plus free no contract during Home Furniture's Memorial Day sale.
I'm Brian from 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Mhm.
You never know how much junk you've gotten to move.
Mhm.
Here's to something you wish would disappear. Would it be possible to...
Hmm.
It's gone. We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point.
So you can see that Sheldon has a baby tooth that never fell out.
Is that a problem?
Well, it's going to keep the adult tooth from coming down, and it's going to need to be extracted.
he is not gonna be happy about that.
No, he is not.
Are you sure we can't just wait this thing out?
That's gonna cause all the other teeth around it to
Oh,
become crooked.
that's it, too.
Braces can be expensive.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
He
Yeah.
is gonna freak out about the pain and the needle and the blood.
I would mention that stuff when you tell him.
Can't you tell him?
I can tell him.
But you're his doctor.
And you're his mommy.
Which means that I have to deal with him all the time. Help me out here.
No.
Okay. Can we tell him together?
Well, I'll send you a picture of
All right.
them and stuff.
What if I put your business card free of charge
Okay.
in the next church
All right.
newsletter?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Sheldon, a little bit.
I know you can't
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Me, even my teeth are stuck.
Yeah, I kind of.
Anyway, in order for your teeth
What
to
do you
come
mean
in
by that?
straight, Dr. Bowers is gonna need to pull it out.
Why didn't I hear this from him?
Yeah, what? Yeah.
A tooth extraction is a major
Oh,
procedure.
I
Not
see.
necessarily.
Will there be
Oh, I
blood?
see.
A little.
Will there be a needle?
Maybe, but you won't feel it because he's gonna put you under first.
Put me under with drugs? That's even more dangerous.
Sheldon, lots of people get their teeth pulled. It's not a big deal.
Stop
What?
enjoying this.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're not. No, I'm not.
How old? Yeah. Yeah. Hmm.
This is not exactly the date night I envisioned when I was shaving my legs.
I'm almost done.
For elderly, you know, if anything, dinner should be early.
Well, I tell you what, when I'm finished, I'll whisk you off to the finest and the only Chinese food place.
Yeah.
Ying's, their nachos are weird.
I don't know, it's not a bad idea to maybe venture out of that trip. Well,
Even better, why don't we go away for the weekend?
well, you know, hard to just want to get out of the store.
What's the point of being the boss if you can't get somebody else to do your work for you?
Mm-hmm.
I might be able to leave Georgie in charge.
My grandson,
That'd be the one.
I want to go, so I'm just gonna say, good idea.
Well, send me a picture.
What can I do for you?
Do you have any books or videos on the Lamaze technique?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you get that girl pregnant?
It's for me. I need to have a tooth pulled, and I'd like to do it without putting my brain on drugs.
Okay.
I've seen that commercial with the egg and the frying pan. Very effective.
Well, since this is a high school, we don't have material about giving birth on the shelves.
Oh, I see.
But since this is a high school, I keep a few things here under the counter.
Excellent. And I'll let my brother know in case he gets himself in a pickle.
Oh, who needs them? Who needs them?
You're having a tooth pulled. I'm having a baby. If it can work for getting an 8-pound human through a birth canal, it can work for a tiny tooth. 8
Yeah,
pounds?
so I just been
never
out
had
there
kids.
walking around.
Fun
down
fact, she ended up having 4.
Carrying on like normal.
That part was true.
Hey, Georgie,
Yeah.
I'm thinking about taking your Meemaw away for this weekend.
Okay. That's my bless.
Yeah.
And I was wondering.
Well, as they should be, as they should be.
You say nothing there?
Oh, I'm thinking when she went back to the store.
Well, God, I took my
But it's better
easy.
to
You know, just got that just in time.
Think you can handle it?
Yes, sir. I will make you proud.
Great.
Don't fire people.
No.
Can I get paid more?
No.
Can I at least change the music we play here?
What's wrong with the music?
Although now, I
It's
think
just
I
not
can
great.
Well, I was just crap.
Yeah.
You listen to it?
I don't know what happens if you